Internet, hello and welcome to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 9. We are down to the wire. This is the final week of the regular season for Diamond Capped, and every match matters a lot, except for the one that didn't end up happening.
Oh yeah, there's only 4 games today.
OGR versus United is one. We will go ahead and mention at the start of the stream. Was a forfeit in favor of OGR. Unfortunately, just due to their record and the way certain head-to-heads work, it is impossible for them to make playoffs no matter what happens. So that's out of the way. I'm Alex HNA22, joined by Benjamin Beniona Morales.
Hello.
We missed him last week, but
he is here for the final week.
Final week of the regular season. So, what were we saying? So this is the final week of the regular season. Every match does have implications for playoffs other than the one we just mentioned, which didn't end up happening anyway, so we're not streaming it. The first game on the schedule is between Wadu Heck and Sky Zero, two teams sitting around the top of the table. Sky Zero in first place at 7-1. Regardless of what happens, they are guaranteed the #1 seed going into playoffs.
They have a very strong season that they've played. They're 7-1, and then they're playing versus Wadu Heck, who was currently in 3rd seed, I believe.
4th seed.
4th seed, yeah, because they lost the head-to-head to Apache
and to Reign of Kings.
And to Reign of Kings, and so. They are 5-3. If with this win, they might potentially get 3rd seed,
or second
seed, depending on how Reign of Kings does, which we'll watch later today.
Wadu Heck, if they win and then Reign of Kings or Apache lose, they could potentially move anywhere between 2nd and they could also move down.
Yeah, if they lose, they move down.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get into the game. It is Wadu Heck on the blue side up against Sky Zero on the red side.
Yeah, and so we're pretty excited for this game. Now, something to note is there are a lot of subs for the side of Sky Zero. This team, as we said, doesn't really care what happens this game because obviously they're going to be 1st seed. It does affect the seeding below them. And so, unfortunately, they did have to use quite a few substitutes actually, and some lane swaps.
2/5 of their starting roster.
Yeah. We've seen General Hannibal Barca substitute in the past, usually for
Mark Hames is actually their coach.
Yeah, Mark Hames is their coach, and he's playing Braum here. So they're going to be starting off maybe a little bit more tactically played here from the side of Sky Zero.
Maybe, but they're going to 5-man invade into a ward on the side of Wadu Heck.
Yeah, Wadu Heck is just did
2 wards on the side
spread and sitting under their tier 2 tower. They do drop that ward onto the red buff. Let's go ahead and talk about the lineups. In the top lane, we have Lady Tyke facing on Karma versus Takeshi Kovacs on Tom Kench. Now, Lady Tyke is relatively new to the Wadu Heck roster.
Well, so Lady Tyke played for Wadu Heck last week, and I think has been a staple substitute for them in previous weeks.
Yeah.
I know for a fact he played last week for them. He actually played Karma top that week against us on 2-2 Furious.
Yeah.
Very effective, and I really like what they do here with the double shield composition.
Yeah, Karma top in solo queue typically builds either full AP or tank, and those tank Karmas can be quite pesky. Takeshi Kovacs is actually the support player for the team Oklahoma Good Diamond Rush, and so he's playing Tom Kench top, so some of the mechanics might transfer over. We do have player 1 on Jarvan in the jungle, a very aggressive jungler for the level 2 games, and then Dude Perfect 2006 on the Kha'Zix. Now, it's important
previously
to note,
the Unreal Obama.
Yeah, previously known as the Unreal Obama. Same jungler that they've had all season. This is on the previous patch, so the Duskblade changes.
No, this is the current patch.
This is on current patch?
Yes.
Okay, just kidding. This is not the game that was on the previous patch. Yeah, my bad. So this is on the newest patch, and so the Duskblade changes have gone through. Kha'Zix has less damage on his W towards jungle camps, more damage in isolation, and we might see a Q evolve come out from Dude Perfect 2006. Really amps up the dueling potential from a lot of these junglers that previously had to rely on Duskblade, now can basically just go in with their higher AP ratios.
Comes in, jumps in, steals the Scuttle Crab, and now he's going to duel onto player 1. Player 1 trying to get back towards his tower, flashing away General Hannibal Barca over the side, but will not find him. Lady Tyke going to root up Takeshi Kovacs, just put down some auto attack damage.
Yeah, so it's not on this game, so we probably won't talk about too much the new Conqueror Rune 2. Probably it'll show up in a future game. We do see the Unbreakable block some damage there from Mark Hames. The Explorer and the Dragon Slayer. It looks synergistic, the skins. We'll give him a 6 out of 10 for
6 out of 10
Skinergy.
for Skinergy.
And so in the mid lane we have TF as this versus General Hannibal Barca as he goes for a
Scatter
very
the
aggressive
weak.
trade.
Yep. General Hannibal Barca does not have the Ignite, so cannot look for a solo kill right there.
So Kassadin is typically picked as a Syndra counter, although you do need to have matching aggression in the 2v2. Kassadin prone to getting bullied around early game, pre-6. However, post-6, if you manage to scrape by lane, and not get hopefully behind due to either ganks or just getting outlaned. He does offer a lot of side lane split push potential, great team fighting prowess, especially with the pseudo resets on the presence of mind for the nano resets. Ooh, it's stunned to interrupt the recall right there. Really nice interrupt there from General Hannibal Barca. Gives this did opt for the teleport to kind of smooth over his laning phase, as we see that he's potentially trying to get those recalls in and teleport back in. In the bot lane, we have Time for Miracle on Jinx and LS Bufu on support. Is that a name change? Or is
Yes,
that, yeah,
it's
okay.
Weeaboo from previous weeks. LS Bufu, same guy.
I don't know what name I prefer, but they're both pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Pretty good names.
The Janna Jinx lane obviously offers really nice scaling, as both champions scale pretty well into the game. Janna offering really nice disengage, and Jinx is just good. We talked about resets from Kassadin. Well, now you have resets from Jinx. We've seen other teams play this style of team comp, really relying on their late game. GSM is one. We've also seen Too Fast, Too Furious also do this with a lot of these resets, really relying on their late game. And this is kind of a change in pace for what Wadupek typically does. They typically play like really aggressive early games with the Alistars, the Threshes, and the support from Weeaboo, or now formerly known as Weeaboo.
The artist formerly known as Weeaboo.
And then we see Garblezi, the ex-top laner for Sky Zero, playing ADC because Itachi could not make it.
More than likely, will be heading back to that top lane for the playoffs, as they are guaranteed the #1 seed still, so they will be showing up.
He said he's trying to show Kitachi that he's not even the best ADC on the team with this game. So we'll yet to see Garblezi's insane Riven mechanics and how they transfer to his insane Ezreal mechanics, pressing Q and R in a straight line. And so the Ezreal Braum lane, typically really defensive. As Ezreal, you kind of concede your lane and allow the enemy to scale, because most Ezreals do go for a tier build. After your first back, you really have this drop in pressure. However, a lot of Ezreal players are able to use like the really strong aggression. They're basically their first mana bar to play really aggressive in lane. That is not something we're seeing come out here from Garblezi and Markames, as they are just getting shoved in by Time for Miracle and LS Fufu, using the rockets and using the AD steroid in order to push them in. And as we do see now, TF is level 6. He's starting to fight back against General Hannibal Barca. He said, "This is my lane now." He has used the teleport. Only got a corruption potion and a ruby crystal, however.
And the Dark Seal.
And a Dark Seal. Yeah, that's what he had level 1. But
okay.
That's only instead of a catalyst, typically.
Oh, Dude Perfect steals another camp away from player 1 in front of his face and solo kills him at the same time. Lady Taika is coming down to try and catch him out of position. The Mantra Q comes out, but it's not going to be enough damage, or will it? Dude Perfect looking for the Blast Cone is going to jump in. Takeshi Kovacs will just eat him up if he needs it, but it will just be forcing away Lady Taika. Now TF is this jumping onto General Hannibal Barca, will just push him away, but doesn't find the stun.
Yeah, Dude Perfect 2006 making really good usage of the fact that in that previous duel for the Scuttle Crab, where we did see a contested smite, and Dude Perfect, I believe, won that one.
Yeah, he's won both of those.
Yeah, he's won both so far. He was able to actually get the Jarvan's flash off the pressure that General Hannibal Barca provides in the early game with that stun over the wall, as he might execute the Raptor. 1v1ing jungle, no problem. Taking Raptor camp, that one's a little bit more difficult.
Garblezi is now getting shoved in because Markames did go on a warding excursion into the enemy jungle. Oh, flash forward from TF is this. Not enough damage to take out General Hannibal Barca, but they trade a flash.
No airy. Typically, I see a lot of Kassadins go airy because they really like the Q poke. I don't really know which one's better. Airy or Comet seems kind of wishy-washy. I know Comet gets pseudo resets with if you land subsequent spells.
Yeah,
and
it gets the cooldown reduced.
But Airy gets reduced cooldown if you're constantly on top of your opponent, so that it only has the 2-second window. So I don't know which one's better. I'm not a Kassadin main, but if you had Airy there, we might have seen the legendary Airy kill. Guardian does proc.
I mean, Comet kills are pretty commonplace too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what looks cooler, a comet killing you or a little cute little Airy?
Yeah,
Like,
just
because the
flying
Airy
through
does like the swerve, you know?
Yeah,
I
it
think
just like flies over,
think
Airy
it's
the
like
Stone
up to
Cold
taste.
Killer,
Ooh,
as
he
Lady
might get
Taika
the
gonna get
Devour.
suppressed up as Devour comes in from Takeshi Kovacs. Lady Taika will throw out the Mantra Q and gets solo killed. The True Shot Barrage almost takes out Bufu rather, and Time for Miracle now gonna get taken a lot of damage. The Mystic Shot comes through. Player 1 having to get back towards his tower, but Dude Perfect just chasing him away. The red buff slow is still there, but will he have it? Yes, he does. The Void Spike comes through. TF as this jumps onto him, silences him up. It's not really a silence, but it still says that. No, Dude Perfect will get out back towards General Handball.
Oh,
No!
the rocket out of
from
nowhere.
Time for Miracle!
Wow, just from the, I guess I can't say the left field or from
From bottom side as Lady Taika
Yeah,
teleports
there
back
you
to
go.
lane, looking for something back into
The
Takeshi
return
Kovacs,
kill.
but does he have
Does he
enough
take the
damage?
1v1?
Taking the Mantra damage. The stun comes through. Unleash power on his TF. Is this? It is enough! Solo kill for General Hannibal Barca in the mid lane.
Wow, a bunch of solo kills coming out here for the side of Sky Zero, as the only return kill is a relatively lucky, calculated Time for a Miracle rocket there. Potentially, was it Janna augmented? Does she have an no? Yeah, it was Janna
yeah.
augmented rocket right there. The super mega death rocket. He does snag that red buff, which will be a pain for Garbleezy and Mark Hames here in the bot lane. We did see them go really aggressive there, returning with the tier. Somehow they're able to trade against BF Sword. I don't know. Like, they're hard smurfing.
Dude
Hard
Perfect
smurfing on
and
this
General
one.
Hannibal Barca moving in to try and steal away the blue buff, but 3 members of Wado Heck coming in. Lady Taika, they do
That
get the spike from
monster
Dude
hurts.
Perfect, but here's the Abyssal Voyage from Takeshi Kovacs. The Cataclysm comes in, but he's exhausted. Has to flag and drag out of there. TF is this looking for something over the side. He will get in! He will take General Hannibal Barca down. Gets revenge for the solo kill, and that's Takeshi Kovacs. Pops the TM on. Now player 1 recalling on a ward. Dude Perfect rips him apart, and TF is this now on the run from Takeshi Kovacs. Lady Taika looking for Dude Perfect, but he stealths away and jukes him out. 1 for 1 at the end of the day in that blue buff exchange. Player 1 goes down for a kill on the General Hannibal Barca.
Yeah, previously a lot of people were criticizing Dude Perfect because of the fact that he has had really, really, really good games on jungle, especially like on the Kazakhs. It's one of his more common picks. But a lot of the criticism was in the sense that it's really easy to be a good jungler when you have good laners. He has some of the best solo laners in the league. And in this game, with subs of General Hannibal Barca, Takeshi Kovacs, he's also doing really, really good. Now, granted, they are also getting solo kills on their laners, right? But have to question, you know, these are the subs, they're not the main roster, and so the synergy isn't quite there. But Dude Perfect 2006, he's making it work. He's able to find these kills onto player 1, the other jungler that's widely renowned. Oh, he flashes forward, does not find the Devour.
The tongue
doesn't
lash
find
comes
the
through,
tongue.
not quite the range, no.
The tier 2 boots coming in really nice there from Lady Taika. He knows that movement speed's really important in that getting away from Tom Kench. It looked like Takeshi Kovacs went for the Tiamat into what looks like a Headstranger build. I hope that that's actually Merc Treads and like building towards Titanic.
Yeah,
I
that would
don't
be
know.
the
I've
hope.
never seen Tom Kench with Headstranger.
Yeah. I think the Titanic makes sense because you can reset your auto and get the third
Yeah, the third
acquired taste stack. At the same time though, I feel like just going for a full tank Tom Kench might be more overall effective.
Yeah, especially versus ranged champions. Versus melees, the Titanic makes a little bit more sense because you will be getting that on-hit damage a lot more. Versus ranged champions, however, you don't quite get as much staking power, which Tom Kench does lack, and so something like a Frozen Mallet or just rushing your tier 2 boots quickly might be a little bit better.
But look at this from the Sky Zero bottom lane. Garbleezy now going aggressive onto Bufu. Time for Miracle gets ripped apart by Dude Perfect. We'll just hop onto him after the flash. Now Takeshi Kovacs getting ganked up by player 1, but he's going to devour up the enemy jungler. Throws him back out. Does he have the damage? No, Cataclysm comes out to execute him, but they've taken out both Time for Miracle and Bufu on the other side of the map.
Yeah, the 3v2 on the bot lane. A better bot lane wins, says Dude Perfect 2006, as he makes sure that his bot lane is the better bot lane by providing that gain. Meanwhile, Takeshi Kovacs not so lucky on the top side in the 2v1. He does get dunked by the Cataclysm from player 1, and the endless 1v1.
Yeah. But look at this. Before that all happened, Mark Hames using the pressure that Dude Perfect has because he is a 5-in-1 Kazakhs, because he's able to push out player 1, he goes in with him and wards up the entirety of the red side jungle. And now Dude Perfect jumping in onto TF as this will force him to flash away.
Yeah, Mark Hames really, like, you can tell that he's a very, like, tactical slash strategic player because he's really valuing this vision as they breed slightly
Tower
more.
First Blood goes down in favor of Sky0, but now Time for Miracle wants revenge for it. Gonna throw out the rockets. Zap comes through, and here comes
No
player one.
cataclysm.
Mark Hames gonna get no Flag and Drag doesn't come through, but Garbleezy Arcane shifts out, and the Super Mega Nether get blocked up by Mark Hames will mean that Sky0 make it out. Exhaust comes down, and Dude Perfect is here, jumping in onto Time for Miracle. Will now get the Flame Chompers in onto him, but he has to back away. Bufu is still here. The Monsoon not available, though the Flag and Drag comes in. Dude Perfect taking one more auto. Will it be enough? No, he uses the stealth. Mark Hames comes forward. Dude Perfect comes back in, gets a heal up, flashes in, but Time for Miracle will get the kill. They'll take out Mark Hames with the help of TF is this. And it will be a 2-for-1 on the bottom lane in favor of Waduhek.
What a crazy early game fight there from both sides. Waduhek trying to punish early there, but they did not have the Cataclysm. But for some reason, they just kept chasing. Like I feel like Sky0 had won that already. Dude Perfect goes back in looking for some kills. Granted, he does take down player one with him, but like that was insane. Running back in there with like 1 HP. I was worried that he was gonna get hit by the lance there from Jarvan, and he was just gonna get taken out. But dude turns it on his head and nearly takes LS Bufu down with him. Yeah, this Sky0 roster is definitely, I don't know, for sure better to watch, more aggressive. I don't know if it's like calculated aggression or primal urges, you know?
Primal urge. Lady Taika, it does have a slight CS lead over Takeshi Kovacs, but is getting shoved in.
Yeah, the Tiamat does help with that wave clear, and we do see it as the merch. I think, thankfully not the head streak.
Yeah, looks like it's going towards the Titanium Hyper, like you said.
The Ocean Dragon's gonna help a lot for Tom Tench. So one of the other things, one of the like downsides I guess to Tom Tench in building the Titanic Hydra that not a lot of people will like realize is that Tom Tench actually has like an atrocious health regen stat. The way that health regen items work is it's based off of your base health regen, and then it's a multiplier. Tom Tench is just really low because of the fact that his thick skin.
Oh, there's the tongue lash. Takeshi Kovacs going aggressive, but here's Bufu and TF as this. It's a 3v1 in the top lane, and the Super Mega Nether makes it 3.5 as Takeshi Kovacs will go down to an auto attack from Lady Taika.
Yeah, it does not look like she's doing the full AP build, or not the full tank build. She's instead going for the more traditional full AP build, as it looks like it might be a Seraph's Embrace game here for the Karma. That might still be APX. That might
but Dude Perfect is going to find TF as this on the way back in. He's going to Rift Walk over, but Dude Perfect, the Scat of the Week will not find the stun, but it will not matter. Dude Perfect is too strong right now. Rips him with the Taste is Fear.
This is what we're talking about, that isolation damage. Once you get the Serrated Dirk, which is the armor penetration, and you get all that AD from your Warrior enchantment, that's all you need really in order to really start getting that similar to Duskblade single target damage pick potential on this Kha'Zix. Adapt and overcome, as a Kha'Zix mains would say.
Yeah.
I don't believe he has the Q evolve. Yeah, he has the stealth evolve for sure. I don't know with this skin. It's relatively new as far as Kha'Zix skins are concerned. I think it's like 7 months. I still don't know what it like. I just know that Kha'Zix spent so much time.
Might have been found here. The Flag and Drag misses from player one. The Glacial Fissure comes out. The Howling Gale will not knock him up. The True Shot Barrage, but the Cataclysm will lock him in place. He's gonna stand behind me over to Dude Perfect, and that is a very threatening insect. But here's the teleport coming in from Lady Taika, looking for General Hannibal Barker. Now the Scat of the Week is already used. Misses the slow. Gets the root off. The Zap comes through. He flashes away. Cataclysm already used, but the Super Mega Rocket is not quite available. They need one more auto, but no, it will be the Dragon's List. But Time for Miracle goes down. Dude Perfect finds him in the middle of the enemy. Now the teleport coming in from TF is this to push away Mark Hames and Garbleezy. It will trade 1-for-1 General Hannibal Barca, but Time for Miracle gets literally assassinated in the middle of his team.
Yeah, Dude Perfect 2006 just having a really nice game here on this Kha'Zix, just running around in the jungle.
Oh, and Bufu is by himself here. Garbleezy arcane shifts onto him. TF as this can't get in, but here's Dude Perfect. Riftwalk's in place. He's gonna get stunned by the concussive blows, and he will go down to Garbleezy.
Yeah, this Kha'Zix is just having this massive power spike, literally just running around, killing everything that he finds. It's up to Sky0 to make sure that they can use this window of power. Once more items start coming through, and once the objectives start coming up again, the neutrals, the Baron, teams are going to start grouping a little bit more, and Dude Perfect's going to have maybe a little bit more difficult of a time, especially as LS Bufu starts getting a little bit more stats to start shielding and healing allies a little bit better. As that base armor goes up and the lethality stops being as effective, but so far so good as Sky0 snowballs this game really well. TF is basically going to have to find when he can start assassinating people with these just as easily as Dude Perfect 2006. Hopefully, Mark Hames and Takeshi Kovacs will be able to keep Garbleezy and General Hannibal Barca safe when that time comes. player one is going actually for a lethality build here
Yeah.
on Jarvan. How do you feel about that?
So I feel like the lethality build in this game in particular is significantly less effective. I see the merits of a lethality build on Jarvan. Because, you know, Jarvan, the good
He
old
does a lot of
flag
damage.
and drag,
Yeah.
cataclysm, dunk people, they die instantly.
So here's my issue with it. You've already been solo killed effectively twice. Once where he had to flash away at the crab, the other time where he had to, where he literally died at the grump. And when you're behind, the lethality is based on
it's based on
current
your
user's
level.
He's
he's
actually even in
even in
levels, yeah. But he's behind in gold. He's behind in
Yes, and I completely agree with that. Not only that, oh, meanwhile, Lady Tyka loses about 4/5 of his HP bar, and now time for Miracle out of position! It's the Unleashed power will be enough. Bufu cannot heal him fast enough.
Manages to snag the Unleashed power as he flashes away. Just one frame is all it takes for all these balls to go smashing into your face.
Additionally, not only is the fact that he's behind, but he's up against essentially a tank in Tahm Kench and an Iceborne Gauntlet Ezreal, which neutralizes lethality is better on low armor targets. The Iceborne Gauntlet alone significantly reduces its effectiveness. As the Scout of the Week lands onto TF as this, he's gonna Rift Walk away to safety as the Rift Tunnel barrels into the mid lane. It's going to be the 4th tower going over to Sky Zero if they can secure it, but they do pick up Tower Racker onto Mark Hames. The Superman Death Rocket comes in, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. The Monster Q hits, Takeshi Kovacs will slow him up. They're looking for something.
Player one looks for the Cataclysm, decides against it, potentially jumping into 5 people there would just be a suicide. Yeah, I don't know. I think that if you're this behind as Jarvan, as he came out from the early game, you have 2 hyper carries. Just build the Knight's Vow.
I agree.
Hulk. It's a lot less Chad. You know, you're a lot less alpha if you do it. But at the same time, everybody on your team is doing a bunch of damage. Just make sure that you're there for the CC and there for the ability, because the less people that can get one shot for the side of Wadu Heck, the better.
Especially considering it's a Kha'Zix that's going to be doing the one-shotting. Even if you're a frontliner, if you get one shot, he's just going to jump all over the entirety of your team and rip them apart. You're not doing them any favors by going in first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if he does decide to go with the Wings Evolve. He is level 11, so maybe we can check out what Evolve he has decided to go with. Oh no, we can't. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we have to click in. We can see what Evolve he's decided to go with.
It's the Q Evolve.
The Q Evolve, yeah. So the Q Evolve offers a lot more dueling potential. He will have to make the decision between the jump and the slows. Honestly, I would probably go with slows this game just because you're resetting so much, having a really good game on this Kha'Zix. But the slows from the
Player
W.
one looking for the Miracle Steal. He's going to get in there, and it will be secured by Dude Perfect, and that means player one just goes down for not Unleashed power used. Time for Miracle now getting jumped up by Takeshi Kovacs, devoured up, put back into the tower, and Titanic Hydra just pops him. Takeshi Kovacs finds Time for Miracle on the top lane. Over push.
Sticking power not an issue against these mobile ADCs that really only has Jinx only really has the snapping traps in order to deny the kill there, and he just got ran down and he just died. No summoner spells there from earlier when he took the greedy path around mid lane and he got jumped on by the General Hamo Barca and Do Perfect 2006. That will just be really sad ADC death at 4 Time for Miracle in the top lane.
Time for Miracle trying to get some objectives back for his team, but the Abyssal Voyage comes through and Takeshi Kovacs just eats him up.
I guess if you use Tahm Kench's ultimate as a gap closer, he's technically not immobile, but it's like a really crappy Twisted Fatal because I think it has just like a longer delay as to when you get there, and that's like one
compared to when you're revealed where you're going. Yeah.
And it's kind of like one of its balance points. That
also, you can bring someone with you
though. You could just bring Dude Perfect 2006. I wonder if he like pops into the bush. If he ults into a bush, does he just it's just Tahm Kench. Oh wait, it's Kha'Zix.
And player one looking for Takeshi Kovacs will not find the knockup, and Takeshi Kovacs gonna get taking a lot of damage from TF as this, but he's just ripping apart player one, flashing away. The minion auto's coming through, but it's the rocket that takes him out. Time for Miracle gets a kill.
Yeah, he doesn't use the Devour there in the 2v1.
He walked
into it. He walked into the. Garblisi gets I guess that's 2 long-range kills for Time for Miracle, 1 for Garblisi, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll keep track of those as they both have globals on this team. Really nice. Do we even call that luck? from. It's not no luck. It's all skill with Ezreal, right? With Jinx, it's definitely luck as far as. No, she aimed it fairly well too. Really well placed globals from both teams.
Yeah. Changing the MVP vote to Garbleezy.
Yeah, can I vote Garbleezy as the best MVP ADC right now?
Who knows, but it's going to be the Baron started up by Sky Zero. Takeshi Kovacs, no, death doesn't matter as he teleports in, and it will be Sky Zero uncontested, securing themselves a Baron. It goes down eventually. There it is, it goes down. And Mark Hames is very low though, and Garbleezy coming around. Zap comes out, finds Dude Perfect, will tag him up, he leaps away.
Yeah, the front line for Sky Zero is actually relatively slow this game. Braum is kind of reliant on other champions for mobility, and Tom Kench doesn't really have that. So unless they start using...
He jumps right into Takeshi Kovacs. He'll Riftlock right back out.
In that, like... Yeah, so he's level 11, so the ultimate's like 4, 5, 6 seconds. He definitely can get 3 stacks off in that short amount of time. Thankfully, TF is this, used the blast cone to go over and still had that Riftlock to get out of there. That was almost the full tank one shot from Tom Kench there.
Yeah. He has a spear advantage now. So, really the only... Okay. So he still has no armor technically, so player 1 might be able to do something with his lethality Jarvan, but he is so behind, doesn't even have a completed item outside of the Warrior enchant compared to Duskblade Warrior and almost a Black Cleaver for Dude
I don't know how
Perfect.
I feel about buying nerfed Duskblade on a champion that didn't get compensation buffs.
Yeah, definitely a questionable build.
I do know how.
Oh, but Markane's gonna get knocked up by the Howling Gale. Will just be covered the escape from General Hannibal Barca.
Really squishy build here from player 1 into a Syndra Kazuya.
Alright, he's gonna go in. There's the final knockup from the Takeshi Kovacs. Player 1 now actually having to back away. TF is just going back in onto him. It's about a half health. Tom Kench,
he
eats him up. And he's gonna spin him back out. Whoa! The Titanic Hydra combo will just take him out. Now player 1 is on the run from Takeshi Kovacs. We'll just chase him under the tower because he doesn't care.
Tom Kench is hungry. He ate him through the void right there as he continues to frontline. Now this Jinx with red buff will be able to just rocket him down, using that slow to kite around. The bonus movement speed from stun and fleet footwork should keep F4 Miracle relatively safe as he kites out Takeshi Kovacs. But yeah, man, this Titanic Hydra build, we were like questioning it earlier, but there you get to see the full AD build. Not the best idea on Jarvan if you can get dueled by the opposing tank instantly as you try to 2v1 him.
Yep. Forget that Tom Kench, he has a lot of that on-hit damage that scales with his health on his passive. So the Titanic Hydra, the auto attack reset, in addition to just being a lot of damage because of Titanic Hydra itself, just does a lot of damage.
Yeah, this duelist build is insane as they continue to take out all inner turrets for the side of Waduhek.
And you know, based on the way Sky Zero is playing it, the fact that Takeshi Kovacs has very rarely been in actual team fights, the Monsoon to keep himself from getting devoured, but now they're chasing down the top laner, flash away from the zap from Takeshi Kovacs, but here's Dude Perfect, gonna Cataclysm him up, he leaps right out, and there's gonna be the kill into Takeshi Kovacs, doesn't even pop the Great Hound, now Dude Perfect getting chased away, he's invis, they flash forward for him, he flashes back towards the brush, and will they find him? The Riftlock, it's a double kill for TF as Lady Tyka goes down to the Unleashed Power. Boo, having to run away, the exhaust goes down on the Typer Miracle, taking a lot of damage from Garbleezy. It will be Mark Hames who picks up the kill. Garbleezy pops away, gets on to player 1, he'll flag, he misses the flag!
I think so. It's actually really common for Jarvans to miss that flag and drag. If you EQ and the flag lands on a wall, it actually gets knocked onto the nearest place a unit can exist, which is outside of the wall. And usually it's muscle memory for a lot of Jarvans. You just EQ instantly. Don't move your mouse, but you know the flag moved because it can't exist at that location.
Yeah.
And so
now TF as this gets stunned, the Winter's Bite comes through. They need a couple more autos to stun him up with the concussive blows. One more, but it will be the True Shot Rush coming through. He gets the auto. There's the stun. Will they have the damage? TF is this jumps in and kills Hannibal Barca. He's gonna get exhaust onto Mark Hames, so TF is this will survive. Slows him up with the Force Pulse. Lady Tyka's respawn. Gonna look for the root. Gets it onto Mark Hames. The tower's already gone down. Summoner heal and the flash will get them out of there, but the inhib still lives on the side of Waduhek.
Yeah, this is a clickbait game for sure. Full AP one-shots, full HP one-shots, and full AD one-shots galore, as there's like pretty much 3 assassins on the Rift right now. Takeshi Kovacs, honestly, in my heart, is an assassin with tank build. And TF is this really nice kill that he turned right there. I thought he was dead,
Yeah.
but I guess the magic reduction passive,
Flat magic, or
15%.
15% magic damage reduction on TF is this passive as
And
Casting
LS
and the
Bufu
Mercury
doing
Strike.
the best that he can to just keep him alive and doing successful E-drill work. Yeah, all E-drills are proud of LS Bufu on this day. 0-1 and 7
Actually,
on Janna.
not a lot of CDR on General Hannibal Barca since. Oh no, he does have the Saros. I didn't see that. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. So tell me about both Lady Taika and General Hannibal Barca have gone for the double mana CDR items. The Saros
truth
Embrace
is,
into what I can
Seraph
only
is
assume
really,
is the
really broken right now. That everybody is building it. That
Dude, perfect.
previously-
Oh, he fails the hop. That's going to be player one jumping onto him. The lethality Jarvan coming through, but he has the stealth, and the rocket will come through and take him out. Time for Miracle gets another one. But will they lose player one? Yes, they will. Garblizzi's on a rampage. There's the Unbreakable used by Mark Hames. We'll get the winner's bite on the Lady Taika, but there's TF is this in the back line. He's exhausted, in stunned by the concussive blows. Rift walks out. Redemption coming through. Will it be enough? Monsoon keeps him alive, and he will survive. They get out. Takeshi Kovacs getting kited away. The Howling Gale comes through. Zap onto General Hannibal Barca.
Oh,
One more auto. Yes, Time for Miracle takes him out. Now he's kiting away from Takeshi Kovacs. The Grey Health pop. Devour comes through. Now Bufu needs to get the shield off onto him. The Howling Gale. And Takeshi Kovacs goes down to a double for Time for Miracle. Zap comes through. Doesn't find the Zap onto Mark Hames. And they will keep their hopes alive.
This is what we were worried about, right? It's the double resets with double support comp.
Yeah, the Summoning Hill comes out from Time for Miracle. There's the Zap coming out. Will not get stunned up by the concussive blows yet.
So it does appear that Sky Zero is starting to get to that point where they do appear to be outscaled. The Jeets is just doing a lot more than Ezreal in these fights, and Dude Perfect 2006 is struggling to find these kills. Right there, he just got picked off at the very start of it. The Janna is just Janna and Karma are just too good at denying kills for Dude Perfect 2006. They're going to have to be using General Hannibal Barca and Mark Hames crowd control onto these support champions in order to it's like layers. First you go for the supports.
Oh
then you go
no!
for the
Time for
integrators.
Miracle found by Dude Perfect, gonna get hopped onto
But Dude
and
Perfect
ripped
does
apart.
not care. He says no supports, no problem. Gets the shutdown onto Time for a Miracle. He's back. He said, never mind. I messed up once, never again. As the score is 21-14 for Sky Zero. Potentially looking to do the Baron, which spawns here in 15 seconds as they kill Mr. Krabs right here.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Sky Zero, they've been, running around gangbanging all of the members of Wado Heck, but as a result, if you look, there's EXP starting to go in favor of the carries of Wado Heck. TF as this has been pushing lanes. He's level 16 to General Hannibal Barca's 15. Dude Perfect's only level 14. Time for Miracle is actually a higher level than Dude Perfect as TF as this goes very deep.
Yeah, they kind of swap places there with their Rift Walk.
Oh, Scatter the Weak finds Bufu! There's the slow to true shot barrage! After the flash, Garblizzi goes unstoppable. Now TF is this in the middle of the enemy team. Zanya's popped as he Rift Walks in. They're gonna get the Scatter the Weak, the concussive blows, then shut him down. Dude Perfect tastes his fear.
Yeah, very, very nice there. They were able to find the kill onto the support with General Hannibal.
Oh, there's the Cataclysm!
Cataclysm! That's the assassin build. That's what the one-shot was for.
Yeah.
He does have a stopwatch here, potentially, if he's looking to steal the Baron. Though they start doing the Baron.
Baron started up, and it's going down very quickly. Garblizzi's ripping it apart, as is the Taste Their Fear from Dude Perfect. It will go down over to the side of Sky Zero. The Super Mega Death Rocket was used in an attempt to steal, but not finding it.
Yeah, Takashi Kovacs trying to play zone right there as he teleports to bot lane to pick up. Looks like. Oh wait, just beat Fat Wave. Ooh, this is really exciting. It looks like Takeshi Kovacs is building the new Deadman's Plate. The new Deadman's Plate is a little bit different than the old Deadman's Plate. It does on-hit magic damage, as well as has a small change to how the momentum works. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what they changed about it. It's just like slows affected slightly differently. They just keep trying to buff Deadman's in order for it to be better than Righteous Glory. And on champions
for tanks, yeah.
For tanks, yeah. And on champions that like to have just ambient movement speed moving across the map, it should be the item of choice. So it is Tahm Kench, who does have that global presence, and the more movement speed you get on Tahm Kench, the easier it is to find. However, if you're looking to have initiation, or if you're looking to have mid-combat large surge of speed, you should probably continue to go the Righteous Glory, as it provides similar stats and a just greater burst of movement speed, as well as it doesn't wear off initially as you start combat.
So in spite of everything, all of these kills, all of this action going on both sides, it is still 7 towers to 1 for Sky Zero and an 11 and a 0.3k gold lead in their favor.
10,000 gold, pretty much 11,000 gold deficit for the side of Wado Heck as they hold on to their inhibitors and the student inhibitor turrets on the side lanes. Sky Zero remember, they are using substitutes, and so that's probably why their side wave management's been kind of wonky. They don't have that inbuilt synergy. They're all just trying to do. It really just looks like they're playing. WaDuHeck is playing versus solo queue, and this is the Kha'Zix that you find in solo queue. It just demolishes the game. But
Oh, that's a lot of damage on the Bufu. Dude Perfect looking for it. The Monsoon was used to push him away, and that will mean the inhibitor has to go down in favor of SkyZero.
even in solo queue, if you fall 10,000 gold behind, you will most likely lose. As SkyZero looks to close out this game, they did take the mid lane inhibitor. It does look like the top lane is pushing towards WaDuHeck, and that will be a slow push from SkyZero.
True Shot Barrage was used. Time for Miracle having to back away.
Yeah, the Kassadin and the Jinx kind of relying on the Jinx for the wave clear.
Oh, Time for Miracle gets to get stunned up. TF as this moves forward to cover his escape. So nicely done by TF as this to keep Time for Miracle alive there.
They approach the siege, they do break down the Janna shield, and they do have the Baron minions, which don't instantly die.
Now Takeshi Kovacs rooted up under tower. They rift walk in. Mark Hames going very low. The Zanya's could pop. Locket used to negate the Super Mega Resurrection, but Time for Miracle's looking for more. Dude Perfect gets eaten up by Takeshi Kovacs. And will they chase? They cannot find anything on the side of WaDuHeck.
Now, all it takes is one, and you're gonna see
Oh,
WaDuHeck.
the Cataclysm gets on the Garbleezy. He will get scattered up the weak, and player one goes very low, but the shields come through, and the redemption. It's not as though he was gonna die. The Guardian Angel came through
he has
anyway.
Guardian Angel, and some emotes there from player one. You tried to go for that one shot. That Guardian Angel, definitely what you want to build when you do go for this DD Guardian build. You are relatively pushy, and this lets you do your job, which is one-shot someone, revive, EQ again. That will just be an Earth Dragon as they unsuccessfully are able to siege the bottom inhibitor turret. Dude Perfect decided to go with the spikes involved. No resets on the side of SkyZero, instead deciding that he wants the CC, he wants to be fighting in the jungle, and he wants that slow specifically so he can pick the Jinx more effectively, and maybe set up some Syndra stuns for his team.
They are putting a lot on Time for Miracle's shoulders here. TF as this is able to be disruptive, but he's not going to win a team fight on his own. And Lady Taika and Bufu, they're basically there to make sure Time for Miracle can do something.
Yeah, Lady Taika not deciding to go for like an Ardent Sensor or anything to boost her shields. She's just deciding, I just want a bunch of AP. On AP.
I mean, AP does.
It helps. It does help. Yeah. It's not like bad or anything. Now something I do know. This is like one of the only things I know about AP optimization, because I never play support champions, and you'll never see me playing an E-Girl, is that usually, so we see him building Void Staff here. Usually on Karma builds,
You want the Rabadons.
you want the Rabadons, because of the AP ratios, they will augment your shields. You don't need to magically penetrate the shields you're putting on your allies.
Yeah. True Shot Barrage
just
used.
have
TF as
bigger
this
pattern
clears out the
shields.
wave, and that's a crit onto Garbleezy. Takes up about 40% of his health, but Lady Taika is taken very low by the Void Spikes from Dude Perfect. Now Garbleezy gets jumped on, but there's the Zanya's used by TF as this player one trying to get in there. There's the Devour used. Redemption comes through, and it will be the Guardian Angel taken down, but they get it! Marquez is down! TF as this gets taken out, but the Unleashed Powers player one pops back up. Now, Time for Miracle kiting away. Will take out Garbleezy with the auto attack. Flashes away to safety. Takeshi Kovacs is putting Dude Perfect
With
in the
his
middle there,
last
but the Guardian
breath.
Angel goes down. Flame Jumper's thrown out. Will they have it? The zap comes down. He's rooted in place, and it will be Ellis Bufu who takes the kill. Time for Miracle gets pushed away, but he will not be the stun. General Hannibal Merca pops the Zanyas, but that will be sealing his own doom as the Howling Gale comes across. It's an ace for 2 in favor of WaDuHeck.
A lot of stuff on Time for Miracle's shoulders there, and he's able to pull through the lifesteal and the shields. Jinx has been able to basically crit down all her foes, and unable to find proper amount of crowd control and damage onto the backline in order to kill through all this E-Girl power. SkyZero falls flat in that last team fight, and that's worrisome because
This is a Jinx Kassadin comp.
this is 36 minutes into this game. These death timers are going to start getting longer and longer. That inhibitor mid lane is going to respawn, and if you can't take that fight top lane, and if you can't take that siege bot lane, how are you going to be able to crack the base?
It is still 7 towers to 1. WaDuHeck have not been able to do anything with that win yet, but there is a very large minion wave starting to push in the bottom lane. If they can get some waves under control and then win another team fight, this could start swinging the way of WaDuHeck.
A decreasing gold lead for the side of SkyZero is also worrisome. As
But Bufu might have been caught here. The Howling Gale, the Glacial Fissure used.
Does
Bufu
flush
has to
away.
flash.
Alright, so kind of a slip up there from LS Bufu, but it does recover well with the flash. That flash will mean that Syndra can find some nice scatter the weeps and potentially full AP one-shot LS Bufu. as he picks up
Look
the
at
blue buff.
look at Time for Miracle has delayed his second Zeal item that you normally see on
Or
Jinx
the Death
in
Stance.
favor of Bloodthirst or Death Stance. He's even gonna go for a Last Whisper. It's not going to go. Oh, their Time for Miracle or TF as this jumps in onto Dude Perfect. They rip a lot of damage onto each other, but player one taking a lot of damage from Garbleezy over the side. They had to back away. He Arcane shifts forward. There's TF as this going in. Uses the Zanyas again. The redemption used to top him off. Time for Miracle backing away. Just trying to put on what autos he can. It's a level 17 Jinx now.
So this only works once, and what I mean by that is Jinx is only going to have one fight where she's able to drain tank and sustain, because of the fact that after that you should expect Bramble Vest, obviously picked up by Takeshi
And the Morella Namakan for General Hannibal Barca as Sky Zero do secure yet another Baron.
And most importantly, on Dude Perfect 2006, he needs to itemize some form of healing reduction in order to, most likely in the form of Execution for Mortal Reminder, because if he does not, he's not going to kill this Jinx.
And he's opted for another lethality item, probably the Youmuu's Ghostblade, I would assume.
Yeah, so I would prefer to see that Youmuu's turn into the healing reduction, although he already has healing reduction on this team. It's not guaranteed that Syndra's going to be landing her spells, because if Syndra's landing her spells on Jinx, that Jinx is probably already dead. Instead, I would have liked to, and because of the fact that there's so much counterplay to this Death Dance Bloodthirster build, I would have preferred to have seen Time for Miracle and like opt out for maybe a Phantom Dancer and some Ninja Tabi.
Well,
those
maybe,
are very effective at stopping Kha'Zix from killing you.
Yes, but you also think maybe it's not for the Drain Tank build. Maybe it's like the Bloodthirster shield will keep me alive through a little bit more. The Death Dance bleed.
The Bloodthirster for sure is super useful. I don't think the damage reduction that you get is effectively the same.
Time for Miracle's putting in a lot of damage, but he's stunned! He's stunned up! The redemption comes through. He will get out. The inhibitor falls on the side of Sky Zero. Unleash power used on the Lady Taika, but it will not take him out. Sky Zero backing away after they secure that inhibitor.
Yeah,
and that's a little bit more pressure
put down. They do have to proceed while they wait for the Unleashed power to come back up. That's basically the only way to kill Jinx, is to drop that Unleashed power on them. Because of the fact that she has so much healing, you almost exclusively can only burst her down through the Q. We saw some CC land there onto Time for Miracle, but no follow-up. It's basically going to be like Ocean Tides. It's going to be CC lands, and then they recede, and then CC back up, and they go back forward. That's how these team fights have to be playing out, as pretty much everyone is approaching 6 items here. Garbleezy has 6 items. Ooh, nice little blast interaction.
This is dangerous. Sky Zero have 4 elemental drakes ready for the Elder Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. And there it is. This is going to be disastrous if Sky Zero are able to secure this one.
It's the first Elder Dragon of the game, so it doesn't have that insane multiplier that you see on the second one.
But it is still a 4-Dragon
really
Elder as they stun up player 1. He's taking a lot of damage. Unleash power used, and he will go down as the Elder Dragon is secured. Doesn't even get a chance to get in there.
So the Elder Dragon, although it's a lot of damage, it doesn't change too much how these teamfights need to be.
Missile Voyage into the backline. He's taking one with him. Dude Perfect jumps in onto Time for Miracle, but he gets focused by 3 members. He is going to be able to get out with the invisibility. TF as this continue to chase him up, and it will be the Summoner Heal doesn't save him. Now Bufu and Taika just getting onto Takeshi Kovacs as Time for Miracle rips him apart with the auto attacks. That's 2 members down for the side of Sky Zero.
Yeah, that was just really
bad?
Yeah, bad. Unsynergistically played. I was going to say, it doesn't change how you want to play these fights. You still have to land your Syndra stunts onto the backline, or else you're not going to win. Kench and Kha'Zix just don't have the necessary lockdown onto the Jinx and double support combination in order to effectively kill her. You just get gunned down by Jinx.
And look at this. Garbleezy stole his Iceborne to pick up a Trinity Force, looking for more damage. He's had that Maw of Malmortius for quite a while now. He still has the Lord Dominic's Regards against no health stacking, and when you need healing reduction, why haven't you gone for that Mortal Reminder?
Not an ADC player for sure. I take back my MVP vote for Garbleezy MVP. The Iceborne to Trinity Force, really, it's kind of minor as far as like what the difference is. Personally, I still think that going the Iceborne is good this game for the fact that Jarvan help is going to be doing damage, right? And Jinx is going to be doing damage. And like, yeah, if you go Iceborne and you Iceborne and get the Executioner's damage, which you said he should have instead of the Giant Killer, that is a way for you to get pseudo lockdown onto the Jinx for your Kha'Zix to kill him. Because it allows you to tank just one more auto attack is all you need to deny a reset. So
completely.
Like, yeah, definitely some wonky builds coming out from Sky Zero as
not necessarily wonky, but definitely suboptimal and in somewhat obvious ways.
Yeah.
Launcher Q will just do a chunk of damage on the General Hannibal Barca.
And all this damage counts, as we said. One person falls, all of Sky Zero falls.
Guardian
Angel is up.
Oh, TF as this goes in, he pops the Zanyas!
Pseudo Messiah, as he goes in with a really short.
Here go the True Shot Barrage coming across from Garblezi.
Guessed him. Yeah, so he's Pseudo Messiah there. It's not really a Twisted Fatal into Zanyas, it's a Rift step forward. And Zanyas is. They're just trying to burn out this Elder Dragon as it now has faded away. Really well done from Waduhek to, well, and also Sky Zero to kind of throw a good amount of half the Elder Timer as they kind of died. They have timed out to the Elder Dragon and are now waiting for either the next Elder Dragon or the next Baron to respawn. When you are outscaled like Sky Zero is, but you have tempo on the map, all you need to do is hold out for these next 2 minutes. Don't fight. And when Waduhek goes for vision, you go and you see them because, like we mentioned, that Syndra has to land her CC. Braum can also be landing his CC. It's just Syndra has an easier time onto the back line. And so
I mean, yeah, like you said, you look at the map, that Baron area is completely in control of Sky Zero. Wards all over the place, and all of the wards for Waduhek are like right outside their base.
yeah, and you need to make sure that Waduhek does not gain access to this Baron or Elder area, as Baron is coming up in a minute 30 seconds, and they will be pushing forward now with a the banner minion here from banner. Oh, Janna did. From Janna as she pushes it up the mid lane. Syndra has a what's sort of the force of will for W, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she forced the wills and does 0 damage to the cannon minion right there. I know I've seen
now TF as this jumps on the Takeshi Kovacs, but here
been
comes
able
all
to
the members of
1v2
both teams.
earlier.
Lady
Can he do
Taika
it
looking
again?
for it. The Black and Dread comes in from player 1, but that is the tank, and here comes Mark Hames in the back. Garblezi around the side. Player 1 gets slowed up, and there's the concussive blow stun. No, not yet! Not yet! One more auto! He doesn't find it! They get the Glacial Fissure out, and there will be Waduhek backing away, but it did cost player 1 his flash.
Kind of
Now Garblezi jumps in. The Arcane Shift is down, and Garblezi able to make it out without being punished for it.
Yeah, so honestly, if you're playing as Sky Zero right now, you count your fortunes that you didn't die there, because most of the time Takeshi Kovacs should just
Oh,
die there.
TF this jumps in onto General Hannibal Barca. Another Rift Walk, and the Zanyas comes through. General Hannibal Barca solo now. Garblezi the next. Cataclysm comes through. Locket will not save you as Boo picks up the kill with the redemption. Mark Hames goes down as TF as this is Rift sprinting all over Sky Zero. Flame Chompers right on top of Dude Perfect's Guardian Angel corpse. It will be 4 over. Make it 5 as Takeshi Kovacs is rooted up, and it will be time for Miracle jumping in, pushing in. Takeshi Kovacs still fighting in onto Lady Taika. Lady Taika now just trying to survive against Takeshi Kovacs, just trying to keep him away as the rest of his team's looking for the base. The inhibitor tower goes down. The inhibitor's very quick. Time for Miracle still alive. They've got a Lich Bane casted in. Janna with Ardent Sensor. A teleport coming in from Lady Taika. They're looking for the end of the game. 1 Nexus Tower, 2 Nexus Tower. Takeshi Kovacs, Abyssal Voyages, and it's gonna be Waduhek with the come from behind. 10k gold down, and it will be them taking down Sky Zero.
Yeah, just a failure of Sky Zero to finish out this game, and honestly, if you had to like point to anything, it's the fact that they're not playing with their main roster. As far as what does this mean for Sky Zero heading off into playoffs, as we do know that these are both playoffs ready teams, potentially Waduhek getting the 2nd seed based on some matches later on today, if Reign of Kings wins or not. I wouldn't be too worried. However, that was a pretty big lead that Sky Zero was able to throw right there. Dude Perfect 2006 managed to have an amazing game. Maybe some shot calling issues. Who can really know unless you were in that game, right? And so
you can only hope that with their full roster back intact for playoffs, that they will do a little bit better at closing out games where they have that level of a gold lead.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, Waduhek do take a very crucial victory. If it is so, they have lost to both Apache and to Reign of Kings. So they currently sit at number 2. Reign of Kings with a win will push them down to number 3. Apache with a win will push them down to number 4, and any combination thereof.
Yeah.
We will take a short break. Oh, that is a good point. It is important to note that Takeshi Kovacs technically is an illegal sub for this match. Had Sky Zero won, we would have issued a forfeit for this particular game at the very least. So, that out of the way, if you have any questions about that particular rule, if it's unclear for whatever reason, I'm happy to answer your questions on Facebook after the stream. But we're going to take a short break before we get into the second game of the night for Diamond Cap. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 9. As we were saying earlier, this is crunch time. This is the final week of the regular season, and all of these matches matter as far as playoffs contention goes. We just saw Wadu Heck take down Sky Zero. Sky Zero, they did have their first seed locked up.
Yeah.
But Wadu Heck, with that win, they put themselves in a position to get anywhere or to get possibly as high as second seed.
Yeah, they're second or third seed based on the outcomes of the next few matches that we're going to
Or
show.
well, or fourth. They could.
Oh yeah, they could still be fourth in case. Yeah, based on the outcomes. So second through fourth.
Yeah, I don't think they can drop any lower. Might be wrong about that. In
With
any
the win,
case,
they can't drop lower anymore.
okay, cool. So the next game is going to be between Apache and GSM. What was it? This game is on the previous patch, so if you notice a dip in quality, it's because it's a recording.
Yeah, it's a recording of the game of last patch. So we're showing a recording of the recording, and if you know anything about bitrate and encoding, it's gonna have some like blurry stuff. But this is our best attempt because we didn't want to show just 2 games this week, so we wanted to do a little bit. We'll still shoutcast over it. Hopefully the audio all works fine. And yeah. Let's cast this game.
Yeah,
So on the left side, we do have Apache. They will be playing Slappy on Gnar in the top lane, Aikido in the jungle on Zac, Renji on Orianna in the mid lane, and General Vici and Hamana on Zaya and Rakan using the duo lovers skin as we see them run into bot lane. We see El Impressive, GSM on the right side, El Impressive on Poppy in the top lane. We've not seen
this is
Poppy
their new
quite
starting
yet.
roster as of week 9.
As of week 9, heading into playoffs maybe. Asterisk.
Yeah. So here's how it ends up. So well, you can introduce GSM after this,
Yeah.
but Apache coming into this 5-3, they are guaranteed a playoff spot. If they win, they are dependent on Reign of Kings losing to secure a second seed. Otherwise, they get a third seed. If they lose, they could drop 4 seeds. Because they do not have the head-to-head over Reign of Kings, and they, Wado Heck now would have a better record than them should they lose this game.
And then the other thing that we need to note is that the
GSM needs to win this in order to have a chance to get to playoffs. If they lose, they're guaranteed out of playoffs. If they win, they could make playoffs pending the results of other games.
other games, specifically other games that are in contention for that sixth place spot. Those being
There
Too
are
Fast,
actually
Too Furious, and OU, I believe. Those are the two.
Yeah. So with what we know at this point, SNEC 4-4, OU 4-4, GSM 3-5, OGR with the victory over United is 1 as a forfeit are also 4-5, and Too Fast Too Furious 3-5. That means that there is potentially the possibility of 5 teams sitting at 4-5, sitting underneath.
And we'd have to bust out the the tiebreaker rules for that one.
Yeah.
So we'll get into those rules as we get on later into the stream. Back to the cast. We're 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the game. Impressive on Poppy in the top lane. Dr. Wildy on Evelyn jungle, as he's the relatively new jungler for this team. Shaq 2 previously in the jungle, now playing in the mid lane, replacing Jack on his Anivia, and Mr. GK and Ari Panda in the bot lane on the Lulu Varus combination.
It's the bird lovers versus the purple people.
The purple people eaters. So both team comps actually have pretty unique ways to play around them, right? For the side of GSM, you have a relatively stable siege comp and team fight comp that relies on Dr. Wildy to get some really nice picks. And then El Impressive to just keep Aikido and Slappy from jumping in. And Himana from jumping in and tearing apart that strong sieging core.
Yeah, this El Impressive has a lot to do this game.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to stop people left and right. And on the side of Apache, right, they have a more traditional wombo combo team fight.
They have a lot of engage.
Yeah, they have a lot of engage and a lot of ball deliveries, right? You can either have Mini or Meganar hop in. You have Zach.
Elastic Slingshot.
Elastic Slingshot.
Rakan.
This is so much,
Rakan
right?
as Dr. Wildy coming in for a gank on Renji. Will find the Flash Frost stun, and it will be a charm from Dr. Wildy as well. Renji flashing away.
Ooh, they don't go for that kill, potentially because he has the heal. They don't want to greed anymore, as they have not seen where Zach was.
That's a lot of pressure put onto Renji already.
Yeah.
His flash is down more than half of his HP bar, and the wave is very close to Shaq's tower on the side of GSM.
Surprised Renji has heal and not cleanse. They have pretty long CCs on the side of GSM that he needs to be watching out for, and that flash being down, that heal is not going to matter if he gets CC'd for a pretty long duration. Ooh, as they rip the feathers, Ari Panda there, pretty nice pullback there from General Vici. Other than that, some things to note is we do have, as we said before, fairly standard lanes, an early recall that Renji's going to have to take there.
Gonna get punished for missing that grand entrance, as General Vici will take a glitter lance to the face as well.
Both teams kind of playing team comps and styles that we've seen them play in the past. We've seen Slappy usually likes to take the preferred matchup in the top lane, the more counter pick.
Okay,
type.
so what do you think of this? Aikido early recalls picks up the Skirmisher Saber, the Red Smite.
The Red Smite on Zach. That'll help him not get assassinated by the Evelyn, which is important. Slows, not super important against Evelyn. And then, I don't know how effective, and it'll also help him in the situation where he does get CC locked, and he's getting shredded by the Varus, right? It just really depends how comfortable you are as Zach with, like, for example, your stretching strikes and all the interactions you have with that with the blue smite. I do know it helps combo that a little bit more effectively. That's usually why you do take it, but it's not like Red Smite's bad. Like, Red Smite, if anything, is like the more overtuned one, in the sense that it's like it's one size fits all, whereas the blue smite is more interaction.
Oh, as Aikido comes from a come from behind gank, the stretching strikes come through. Mystic DK and Ari Panda get away, but it's cost Mystic DK his flash. Thankfully, doesn't take too much damage for it, as the feathers come through and put down a lot of damage onto both of them.
6 minutes here. The solo laners will be hitting level 6 soon. No potions used for either top laner in this top lane. Pretty chill lane so far. El Impressive is keeping his mana up. He started Doran's. Usually a lot of Poppies like to go Corruption Potion for like extra sustain and dueling, since Poppy does have relatively high mana costs. El Impressive circumnavigating that by going
Mana Flow Band?
Mana Flow Band, yeah. That one is looking like it's going to have some changes on the PB, right? Doesn't know what the heck it's doing with it. They keep doing all these random things. But for now, as this was on the previous patch, it's just a free spell every 75 seconds.
And keeping in mind that this is on the previous patch, it means there's no Conqueror rune available, which is pretty important for this top lane matchup.
Maybe not for this specific top lane matchup, as it is.
Well, it reduces the options.
Yeah,
you
it reduces
have.
the options you can pick into the Poppy if Poppy was picked first, or it makes the Gnar less of a priority. So we could go over the pick and ban. We might do that after this game, but it is definitely something to talk about because you're gonna see it probably in the late. This one, not so much. Oh,
Wallop
it
it
goes
onto
in.
El Impressive. He does have his Gnar available. El Impressive picks up his shield, but Dr. Wildy is here. Slappy gonna get pushed in there, but he will not get the stunning. He'll Gnar them away, but the charm comes through. Slappy flashes away. Here's Aikido. Will get denied by the steadfast presence from El Impressive.
Here's the question. Do you know if the auto attack from the second Q stretching strike of Zac procs the red smite? Because it has a longer attack range.
Yeah, it should, because it's still It's still technically an auto attack. So I think it will apply, the one auto attack's worth of Skirmisher Saber if you smite him before that.
Because if not, then you have to weave an extra auto in your combo, which means red smite's not good.
I would assume it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it does. Because generally, if you do weave that extra auto, it means someone can flash out of your combo, and that's no fun because you want to true combo people as Zac.
Dr. Wildy, he does hit level 6 just there, so now he's invisible.
He went
Looking for a
a
repeat
minion
gank onto Slappy. Slappy doesn't have his flash, and Aikido's not in the area this time. El Impressive not going to get the stun in, but he will pop with the steadfast presence, misses the charm, but he will get it with that one. Slappy gonna go down to first blood. Dr. Wildy picks it up with his ultimate.
Really, really smartly played there by El Impressive. You don't have to have a reaction if you do a denial. He waits. He basically uses the steadfast presence in the time that the charm would be up, and then while the charm is up, the steadfast presence goes down. He lands the charm. No chance for Slappy to hop away there, as he's effectively blocked the whole time. And then a really nice last caress there from Dr.
The thing from Evelyn is you can pop the charm with any of her abilities. So you can miss that throw that Dr. Wildy did miss. He just pops his Q and just charms him anyway.
Yeah.
The charm gives you a large chunk of magic resistance reduction. And then you just sort of do whatever you want.
Percent HP damage on your E, no problem. Yeah, point and click assassin, just what I want in a might. Point and click stealth assassin. Comes in
with untargetable escapes. Dr. Wildy hit level 6. Aikido does hit his now, taking away his own blue buff. Junglers in the OKLCS hate giving their mid laners blue buff.
Aikido takes the blue buff. He has only really found that bot lane gank that we were talking about. Meanwhile, Dr. Wildy
but here's the combo being used onto Mystic DK and Airy Panda. General Vici pops the Featherstorm and Mystic DK has no flash from that gank. Airy Panda flashes and exhausts, but it will still be Mystic DK falling down and a 16 CS lead plus the kill over to General Vici.
Dr. Wildy, Mr. Nice Guy right there, does give the blue buff over to Jack 2, and that will be good punish, I guess is what you call it.
Going in onto Impressive, but it will be a wall stun. It's about to go Mega, but it cost him half of his health bar or more, and here's Aikido coming in. The Steadfast Presence was already used, but the Stretching Strike's used. The Gnar pops him in, but he doesn't get the... he walks back into the Let's Bounce, knocks Slappy back into the tower, and Impressive is fine.
Yeah, what the heck? They're so tanky on this Poppy. When you pop below 40% HP, the Steadfast Presence does provide you 40% bonus armor and MR, and he's dropped the potion taking the whole time. He just takes no damage.
Impressive. He just... the wall stun after the hop! And Slappy is going to be going down here. Almost certainly the Keeper's Verdict will knock him up. El Impressive solos out Slappy.
Dude, El Impressive managed to find that wall stun. That was really, really well played from him. He clips the hop. If you are not careful with where you're standing, I guess that's just a solo kill for El Impressive. He gets the super top award, right?
Renji is caught! Dr. Wildy was counter jungling. It's easy for him to just walk around. There's the Flash Frost stun. Renji has no flash because he flashed away from his tower, and it will be Shaq 2 picking up a kill with the Glacial Storm.
Yeah, Renji, another flash that he has to basically use, and that one was in vain as he still dies to the gank from Dr. Wildy. Mystic DK, they did lose the 2v2 earlier, but they're still pretty useful.
Gets in.
It's
a steal!
Wait, he steals it! Wait a second!
General Vici threw some feathers in and they steal the Ocean Dragon over to Apache!
Did he have smite? No, he didn't.
Oh.
Or maybe he did and he missed it. Either way, really nice steal there from General Vici and Hamana using the Lover's damage there. I don't know if he procced W. This was on last patch, so technically Rakan's doing bonus damage that he doesn't do on current patch.
Wow.
So, nice steal there. That Ocean Dragon's going to help the Orianna and the Zac. Everyone. It's going to help everyone a lot. Nobody in particular. It would have really been helping out Poppy in the top lane. It's just constantly going to be health in this lane. We do see Shaktu come up here to start clearing some vision on the top side of the map where Dr. Wildy and the rest of GSM is strongest, potentially looking to pick up the Herald buff. Dr. Wildy is pretty strong. He has finished his runic echoes, and meanwhile Zach has a little bit extra money sitting in the bait. You know, he has picked up some kills. Dr.
Oh,
Wildy
here we
has,
go.
but
Elastic
he got
shot from
free-ass
behind
boots.
the tower. Here he goes. The Rakamba flashed in from Himana, and the Let's Bounce will abduct Airy Panda, and they will pick up a kill for Aikido.
Aikido doing textbook how to camp bot lane. You just get their sums, let them power spike with the Zyra Rakan at level 6, get the Lulu sums, come back, get the sums from Varus, but this time kill the Lulu. These are really well played.
Ooh,
Oh
they
my
gnaw
gosh.
El Impressive into the tower. Slappy and El Impressive still fighting out, but El Impressive, he has enough armor now that
takes
he
no
can
damage.
contend with the tower
I don't
and
know if Slappy
Slappy's
wants
damage.
this.
The hammer shot comes
He
down.
does have the shield, the bonk of the shield, procs the grasp, he
Picks up the shield. And he's gonna get
Oh, he gets the wall stun
El
there.
Impressive wall stuns him into the tower. Steadfast presence mean he can't not jump away. Keeper's verdict. He will get it afterwards. And El Impressive might have overstepped his bounds this time. Slappy is going to look for the solo kill. One more auto will get the hyper proc, but El Impressive is able to
scared.
walk it out, and he's able to get back over to the blast gun.
That
and block
bonus
out
armor and
safely.
MR when you're low, it's keeping him in here. He has his corruption potion sticking. He has the Doran's shield health regen. Potentially has the second wind going too. We don't know. We don't have his actual rune page up right now, but he is in that resolve tree.
He does have bone plating.
This is different.
Yeah, I
one.
know. He could still have it. I'm looking for what the other one could be. Well, impressive. He's gonna get slowed up by the boomerang, and Slappy is looking for the hyperprox. Hops onto him. The
gets
steadfast presence
denied.
will knock him away. Nicely done by El Impressive, and he will survive.
Yeah, these 1v1s should start going in Slappy's favor once he gets that Black Cleaver. However, if he gets the Black Cleaver too late, or he, dies a little bit too much. Ooh, El Impressive staying around, potentially they're basically begging for jungle influence in this lane at this point. They're saying,
Please come
we're
up here."
both low, come and kill us, junglers. Just big ol' global taunt.
Alas.
And you've got to ask, well, which jungler's gonna have an easier time, right? Evelyn or Zac trying to gank? And the answer, most definitely, is Evelyn, as Poppy has the steadfast presence to deny Zac ganks. Kind of challenging Slappy.
Dr.
It's
Wildy
either
is just
solo kill me
chilling.
or die to my Dr. Wildy, as
Yeah.
he is here on the side, patiently waiting, because Slappy has to know something's up. Something.
Dr.
is
Wildy
funny.
just runs through with
Yeah,
him.
Eve main things.
Slappy
He has to
coming
hug
forward.
the wall.
There's the charm being popped. He hops already.
No
El Impressive.
flash.
There's the charm, and it's gonna be an easy wall stun. El Impressive brings the hammer down,
Slappy-
and Dr. Wildy picks up the kill.
Slappy doesn't have that 6th jungler sense, and so he does die to the Evelyn gank. Pretty nice, I guess, play by El Impressive there to make sure he doesn't die. And then I don't know how he's half HP after being 1 HP like 45 seconds ago, but, just Poppy things, having a bunch of regen, I guess. And that looks like it's going to be first tower blood unless Slappy TPs. His death timer will still be down for 10 more seconds.
Yeah, Aikido was trying to make something happen on the opposite side of the map, but Mystic DK and Airy Panda are having none of it. The control ward goes down to help him get farther closer, but he's already taken his recall. And GSM are going to pick up this tower no problem. Dr. Wildy having a huge impact on that top
Yeah,
lane.
Slappy not teleporting top. When you teleport from respawn as Gnar, you're always mini. And honestly, Evelyn, with her ultimate, with the red smite still available, does have enough damage to just one-shot you under tower. And if you're teleporting, Poppy knows where you're going to be. She can get an easy wall stun. This does look like Apache is going to be leveraging their lead on the bottom side of the map, picking up that red turret. It won't be first brick. However, that is going to be a 1,000 gold lead for the side of GSM. It's kind of a tale of two different solo laners and then the bot laners, right? It's who carries harder, bot lane or solo laner leads.
Yep.
Is the question here that we are posed with as GSM and Apache play two very different games. It feels like in the top and bottom side of the map. And this one's for you, says Aikido. You can have the blue buff.
Yeah.
I'm Zac.
You can finally have this one.
Thank you, sir, says Renji. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I won't have to burn my flash randomly again.
But,
as he pushes
so,
up the lane.
If you think about this, right? Apache, they're on the downturn here. They've lost the last 2 weeks of OKLCS.
Yeah, for sure.
Against, who was it?
Reign of Kings and OU Diamond.
Reign of Kings and OU Diamond.
I think
That's right.
might be Waduhek.
No, Waduhek, they beat Waduhek.
Okay.
I just can't remember what order because they have 3 losses under their belts going into.
Might have been GSM. No, they're playing
No, they're
GSM.
playing
I'm high.
In any case, both of those losses,
Yeah, they've
you
lost.
can very, at least in the games that we streamed, you can very clearly see that it's off of the backs of solo laners getting ahead over Renji and Slappy, who have not been having the best of performances these last few weeks.
Yeah, and previously in the split, I would
Dr.
say...
Wildy Himana going in for the Rakambo, just looking for the charm, but he only knocks up one, and El Impressive is tanky enough. He's gonna go in on the Slappy, who's about to go mega though. The stretching strikes will slow him up. He gets he gets pulled out of the Keeper's Verdict. Slappy looking for the knock, only finds one, and El Impressive is tanky enough. The Shockwave finds two, and Himana goes down to Mystic DK though. Mystic DK trying to put down damage. Renji coming forward, there's Dr. Wildy popping the ultimate. El Impressive goes down. General Vici gonna flash over and get the feathers onto Mystic DK. He will go down, and Apache, they take down 3 for 1, only losing Himana.
Yeah, you don't need him. He already ulted.
Dr. Wildy, whoa, what is happening? He flashes away just to get taken.
What
was that?
Wait a second. All right, Dr. Wildy died randomly. Flash there from Aikido as he goes a little bit too deep. The wall not quite able to get him stuck there and potentially kill him, as Apache maybe overreads there a little bit, having to burn the Aikido slash. A bunch of summoner spells used. That's the kind of fight Apache wants. That is playing right into their win condition. General Vici and Himana, spectacular team fight display there, as well as Aikido and Renshi just able to really nice combo. Slappy did find an ultimate, no flash available, however. It could have been a 4-man Juicy Gnar ultimate. Well played from Apache, that team fight, and it's going to be difficult from this point to recover from GSM. Like that team fight wide loss, that's a net loss for everyone. That closes in the gold lead, and it's just a 200 gold difference
in favor of
Apache. Yeah, they did close up 1200 gold right there, and a Rift Herald, which is potentially standing gold if they drive it into a tower. Personally, I really like it when people use Rift Heralds to take down these annoying mid laners and their endless wave clears towers. This Ocean Dragon hopefully goes to GSM. No
steal
Xayah
this time, but
steal it
still it goes over to an ADC.
You're right. To be fair, Blight does a lot of damage to these monsters, especially when you have the Rage Blade. This was played on the previous patch, so Rage Blade is not weaker as a first item buy. On the newer patch, you don't see as many Kog'Maws or Varuses first picked anymore because of the fact that they're really only good into tanks anymore, because they don't have that same damage output versus squishies, since the flat damage is just not there anymore.
Will we see the crit Varus return?
Maybe if you draft a comp around like Essence Reaper Varus and just like at that point just play Ashe, you know. But hopefully, I don't know how I feel about crit Varus. Hopefully not. I really like on hit Varus. I like the playstyle it encourages. Yep. It's a lot more fun to watch. And
look at Dr. Wildy with his deep.
He's so
flank.
deep. Yeah, dude. He's sneaking around. Fog of War. The casters didn't even notice him until he's over here now. Oh, he's bumping into Slappy.
I don't think they spotted him, actually.
No, they might have.
Slappy
Easy.
gets the blast cone out. Dr. Wildy will survive.
Yeah. So, last game we talked about the fact that everyone and their mom was going the tier builds in order to get the Seraphs. This game, Renji opting for the Luden's Echo. It does offer more teamfight damage. However, I would say it's honestly a mistake because of the fact that you do need to have a shield for when inevitably you get Dr. Wildy on you, to jump on you, and so potentially the reason why so many people are opting for the Seraphs nowadays is because it's just that shield in teamfights is such a big deal, because it's like having a personal exhaust, you know? If someone jumps on you,
there's the last slingshot, doesn't quite find him, but the Shockwave will pull in both! And there we go, they flash away, the Let's Bounce being used, and there's the Feather Storm, the wrong direction from General Vici. Dr. Wildy assassinates Renji and gets out with his ultimate. Meanwhile, Slappy and El Impressive fighting in the bottom lane. El Impressive has a 2-level lead over Slappy. The Steadfast Presence catches him out of the crunch! Slappy goes mini and will get the movement speed, and El Impressive flashes the mastery as he forces his opposite number out of the lane.
So in previous games that we've seen Apache lose, we actually see Slappy manage to develop a lead with resources diverted to him from Aikido and from, getting the counter pick in the matchup. In this game, Slappy does have the counter pick, and typically what we see is Slappy does develop a lead, keeps going for these 1-for-1s, and in games where like Apache versus Waduhek, where he just continued to clap player 1 on Yasuo with his own Poppy, he's able to snowball that lead and turn it into something. But in this game, it does appear like versus what I'd say is a better top laner in the league, right? El Impressive has shown pretty good at top lane.
Dr. Wildy found by Aikido this time, and that's a lot of burst damage. Yeah, he's going to use the smite to get some health back, and he's running for his life. Shaq will cover his escape with the Flash Frost.
Alright, this is Dr. Wildy gets out of there. Minor bump. Slappy, as I was saying, he was able to develop these leads against weaker top laners, but as he plays versus like the Garblizis of the league, the El Impressive, he either gets the resources to get a lead and does nothing with it, or as is in this case, should have been able to get a lead by himself, doesn't get like any jungle attention, in fact, gets what I would say is
Oh,
camped
wow.
by Dr. Wildy.
Rift Herald dropped out of necessity, I think, because I
Yeah.
think it was about to expire there, so a little bit of a waste by
They're
Apache.
gonna use it top lane. Potentially they can still drive something with. Yeah, you'd rather see that Rift Herald go
here's
towards
the
mid
charm
lane.
coming in onto Slappy. Dr. Wildy will not find it as he hops off of
Jungle
the
is
Rift
here
Herald.
to mess with the Rift Herald. Oh, and they'll manage to intercept it before it hits the tower.
Very nice.
0 usage getting out of that Rift Herald. Definitely a mistake from Apache to use it. If you're going to use it in a suboptimal place, you have to make sure that it does get that dash in to at least get some tower damage.
Renji coming forward, and Shaq will just teleport in there to stop the push from Apache.
No sneaky walls from
The Poppy Anivia.
I actually really like this Anivia skin because when she goes in egg form, there's a really cool like dance.
Oh yeah,
Rio
you
de
did
Janeiro
mention
type
that
music.
at the beginning of the split somewhere, or maybe it was
Somewhere.
last split.
This is
I
my
know
favorite Anivia skin. I used
Yeah.
to really like the like pollution Anivia, the dark crystal,
Black
Black Frost, yeah,
Black Frost
because it just felt like she was just like it was like global warming or something. Global warming Anivia, where she's like, do you know those black polar bears? That's what it reminded me of. Oh, they don't find that word.
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah,
do it with the control
Okay.
word.
But I very much enjoyed this skin a lot more. So please continue to use this skin.
Yeah, it's like
I
festival.
also
festival
really just
Queen
like the
Anivia.
ultimate. It looks way more like impressive
it's prettier.
in my opinion. I don't know how the auto attacks look. I know that like a lot of Anivia mains either it's like the Yasuo thing, right? Where it's like, oh, we hate Project Yasuo because the attack frame is slightly different, or like Anivia mains like/dislike Black Frost because the attack is slightly different. And that's just personal preference. Like some people like skins because the auto attack's different. Like for example, the Cho'Gath skin, the Battlecast Cho'Gath, and the new Gun Goddess Misfortune, the definitely not a legendary skin, so let's just charge you like it's one, but not really. Slightly cheaper, but you still have to spend 30 bucks.
Oh, Himana gets the ball.
Yeah.
Apache is definitely looking for something. There's the quickness
the
being
ult.
used. Oh, it's onto Mystic DK, but they actually use the Crystallize somehow. Mystic DK gets out and Himana goes down. What happened there?
I don't know if that was the Crystallize that interrupted it, or if it was potentially
possibly
a
could have been
miscommunication.
Himana.
Himana's knockup.
Yeah, I think Himana's knockup canceled the Let's Bounce abduction. Mystic DK is able to get out, and they kill off Himana. A lack of synergy on the side of Apache.
So it depends. Do we want to flame Apache for not having synergy, or do we want to say Shaktu is a base god with these walls, getting the one true damage mini knockup on his own ally to save him?
I don't think. Does that work that way? Can
You don't.
use it
I
on-
guess you don't.
I don't
do
think it
damage.
works on allies, but
But it does count as a knockup because you can trundle
Yeah, it
pillar
does, it
people
does,
to
you're right.
stop their blitzcrank hooks or whatever.
so GSM, they pick up a free kill, I guess, and the Cloud Drake. Surely, yeah.
We'll say it's miscommunication. It's far more common for the miscommunication to happen. Shaq2, if that was you being a base god, clip it on however, and then we'll look at it again.
Holy cow. I want to know what happened
Yeah, I
there
wanna
because
know
that was
too.
insane, but it will mean Mystic DK survives and Himana dies, actually. L impressive. Just continuing to shove on to Slappy.
So I guess since the last time we checked while these kills are happening, they actually managed to get a 3,000 gold lead. GSM did. So
Yeah, just due to towers going down in their
yep.
favor.
And so what we're waiting for, or what GSM is waiting for, is for that Wit's End on the Varus. Everybody on the side of GSM does magic damage, or is Poppy and doesn't do that much damage in a team fight. Once Varus gets Wit's End, everybody dies. They're trying to get that Wit's End before General Vici is able to hit 3 crit items. If General Vici is able to hit 3 crit items before the Wit's End comes online, you might start running into some trouble. But it looks like Mystic DK is fairly close to hitting that Wit's End power spike. They're going to need to make a team fight happen.
There's a fairly significant gold discrepancy between General Vici and Mystic DK, but that's...
I don't think it's enough to be
It's,
an
yeah,
entire
it's
Infinity
definitely not
Edge.
enough,
Yeah.
especially not when the discrepancy between L Impressive and Slappy is so much more, and it's so much more impactful because of the fact that L Impressive is forcing Slappy away here.
Yeah, the Poppy winning the 1v1.
They will
and-
gnar him
oh,
into
he
the wall,
flings
but
him into the
it's just-
shield.
Thank you. Dr. Wildy trying to clear out a ward as L Impressive starting to be pushed away. Dr. Wildy actually has to use his ultimate to get away here now. L Impressive's now possibly in trouble. The hyper procs are starting to stack up from Slappy.
So in this endless 1v1, tank versus tank, you have to, the way that you basically grade how each player is doing is based on how much are they able to impact their team, or are they winning the 1v1 to the point where it doesn't matter that they're helping the team.
Oh, here's Aikido going in, but he doesn't find the elastic slingshot nor the stretching strike.
Yeah, neither top laner is really like severely winning the 1v1 and
Aikido.
like getting solo kills. No charm there, just the slow. to the point where like you can say that they're heavily impacting the 1v1 and that's like how they're getting towers and stuff. However, we did just see Slappy use the Gnar ultimate there, and so the other criteria is that helping your team metric. While Gnar is mini form
Oh,
or
Himana gets
ooh,
his recall
no
interrupted,
interrupt
but
there from the wall. That could happen, technically.
oh,
Could
they used the
interrupt
wall
dash.
to interrupt his recall, and
Oh,
then he
okay.
used the grand entrance to get out. Grand
Okay, okay.
exit.
Grand exit, yeah. They go for potentially the Baron here as El Impressive is grouped. And if he
they
does
are
a lot of
using,
damage
they
to
are
this,
starting to get the charm used under the Baron, and there it is started up by GSM. I think that Apache have to know this is going on. There's the Keeper's Verdict being used. It knocks away Himana as the rest of the team are coming in, and the Baron's down. Steadfast Presence will catch Aikido out of the Elastic Slingshot. Wild Growth knocks at 3, and the Shockwave only used on the El Impressive. It is down. General Vici Featherstorms up, but they've already lost Himana. El Impressive is getting under Reggie. Reggie's caught by the Crystallized. Eric Panda survives with a shield. Now, Mystic DK coming forward. There's El Impressive getting in there. Slappy finds a Gnar onto 2, but Mystic DK still alive. El Impressive going very low. He has to flash away. Mystic DK turns it around. General Vici goes down to the Glacial Storm and an auto attack from Mystic DK. They get the revive, but it will not matter as he'll fall right back down. Aikido goes down. It's an ace for GSM after the Baron.
and there you see that's the Wits End power spike that we were talking on the Varus. He's able to shred MR for everyone, and Dr. Weldy's able to find these really, really nice plays up and around the fight. And Poppy right there did some massive team fight blockage, disabling Slappy and Aikido from really doing all too much in that team fight. Really good combination there from the side of GSM to win that team fight, which is against what is usually a team fight comp from the side of Apache. I was kind of worried there that they took that fight after the Baron, but GSM was confident in their ability to win that fight and was able to fight it based on the fact that Mystic DK does have that Wits End.
Yeah, with that, GSM pushes down 3 towers?
Yeah, oh, that's a really. I mean, the Baron's still going, so
Yeah,
this is a
it's
huge
3
Baron
towers
power
so
play.
far.
Yeah.
El Impressive eats the Elastic Slingshot with the Steadfast Presence, eats the one-man Shockwave from Renji. Zones General Vici, he actually knocks Renji into the wall as well sometime during that
And
fight.
he knocked away Hamana at the very start of the fight, which is huge. Being able to stop Rakan from engaging at the start, we got to see Hamana like try to do his best to do like a pseudo engage, but it really was nothing compared to what usually
What he could have
want
done
to do. Yeah,
had he
just
not been knocked
while
away.
you're doing Baron, your team has a bunch of reduced resistances, and it's really difficult to win those team fights.
It's only magic resist.
It's both. It's
It's
both
both.
and it's flat. It's more impactful for mages because of the fact that typically mages build pen usually, and typically magic spells are AoE. So, for example, if a 5-man Shockwave lands on a team with everyone has 20 MR, ooh, that's those
Right.
Sorch boots do
So
a hell of a lot
GSM
more.
now 9k gold ahead. They just lost a tower. I would assume that's in the mid.
Yeah, and so let's see if GSM is able to do what Sky0 was not able to do and finish out a game. With
with
a
lead of
massive
this-
gold lead. This game they do have the Baron. As far as on the side of Apache, items that they're waiting on, right? Slappy is unable to finish his Deadman's Plate or his Adaptive Helm. He's kind of just sitting on components of both.
Himana gonna get. Ooh, Grand
That's a-
Entrance will get him
that's a
out of there.
weird
El
interaction.
Impressive was not quite able to get that wall stun.
Yeah,
but
so
Mystic DK,
they'll take these inner turrets no problem. Apache knows better than to progress, and for example with Evelyn, right? Not the best fighting under tower as you are. Have that pink exclamation point above your head. I do like that they added a like different kind of exclamation point. They didn't just use Rengars. That's something that they were doing a long time ago, where they would use the same marker. But this one looks pretty. And so that will
At
be
the ver-
all the turrets outside of the base for
+1 inside.
them, yeah, and the inhibitor turret for Apache as they now, or
And
for
this is
GSM as
an
they
Infernal.
recede onto the Infernal, yeah.
That is a very unfortunate timing for Apache that Infernal
The
spawns.
next dragon will be an Elder.
Yep.
So three elemental dragons for GSM. That's still being very nice now, as the future Elder Dragon, what could have been potentially
Well,
a 4
Impressive
Elder
might be a
Dragon.
little
He does
bit
have his
caught-
W. He's completely
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
have to
fine.
worry about it.
You're right.
Poppy, very nice counter to these team fight dive type comps. And if you're able to make it through tough laning
Ooh, Mystic
phase,
DK, that's not who you want base checking that brush, but Apache do not find the punish. El Impressive gonna take a little
takes
bit of
no
damage. Gonna
The
stretching
boneless
strike out.
pizza armor.
Boneless.
And he does proc the aftershock from Zac, which is nerfed. It currently is a 35-second cooldown, even on the previous patch. So It will be difficult for Aikido to find an engage while that is down. He's a lot more squishy, which matters because if you're diving into a team that's going to shred your MR and where you have an Anivia that's already built a Void Staff, you're pretty much going to die in the time that it takes for you to get your ultimate off if Aikido's not able to see the Anivia to stop the Blizzard. It's really up to just Mystic, DK, and Shock 2 to make sure that their positioning is on point and that they do not find themselves on the wrong end of the Elastic Slingshot. Also, for Ari Panda to basically, if their positioning's on point, she has to be even more on point because of the fact that Lulu is the easiest target, typically when you're trying to pick against the team, because if you're CCing Lulu, Lulu can't ult.
The Apache has drafted the better team fight comp, but GSM, they have, essentially won 2 solo lanes and the jungle by a significant margin. And they have been making very good use of their comp. El Impressive has denied a lot of the team fight power.
Dr. Wildly specifically, I think, has really shown in these team fights because it's really hard to team fight as Evelynn when, like, in solo queue, okay, yeah, you get picks here and there, woohoo, it's really easy. But in comms and in organized gameplay, more typically you find that everyone is like, dude, Evelynn's on your left, Evelynn's on your right. You kind of get a feel for where Evelynn might be in the fight, and you have to outsmart that. You see Dr. Wildly very often using the mobility boots and the Cloud Dragon just loop all the way around the fight. And what I like to see is when people like charm, and then you run away in the direction of Evelynn because you're scared she's coming for you.
Oh,
but you're actually
speaking of which,
her.
oh no, he gets the charm anyway. Chain of Corruption comes through, and that's what I was wanting to say. There is so much pick power for GSM. Chain of Corruption, the Charm from Invis, the Crystallize just to separate one person.
That's the lack of cleanse, and honestly, the greeting on his flash from Renji right there.
Oh, Dr. Wildly gets in. That's actually Slappy's flash as well.
Yeah, it just looks like they're suffocating. Apache is really struggling.
GSM looking for the end, but there's still 4 members of Apache, but they don't have the Shockwave, and they don't have their big AP threat. El Impressive is taking up the tower, but he gets rooted up now. This might have been a little bit too much. Steadfast Presence Pati still taking some tower shots.
No problem.
Oh, there's the quickness. Oh, he missed it! He might have messed it up! Slappy hopping away out of the Glacial Storm.
The last hope is Aikido and 10 seconds on Renji with Shockwave. Other than that, it just feels like they're suffocating, collapsing on themselves. They dropped their redemption for one last hope.
Himana, he gets a knock up on the 1, but it's El Impressive, and Mystic DK is ripping him apart. The exhaust comes down. He cleanses, but he's taking tower! Nar pushes him back in. They shut down Mystic DK. There's El Impressive getting ripped apart. Dr. Wildly comes in just to get ripped into the feathers. El Impressive will die to a tower shot, and General Vici will pick up the kill credit. Shaq 2 throws the flash cross, but it will be the egg, and they will take him out. And who will pick up the kill? It's a double for General Vici.
All right, very, very nice. When the moment gets hard, Apache is able to pull through. Renji greeted his flash previously, but he really just wanted to flash forward and get that kill. Really nice team fight there from the side of Apache, and that looks like it will be the Baron potentially stalling this game out for 4 more minutes as they chase Ari Panda upwards. There's only 1 inhibitor down for Apache. GSM kind of going for a greedy end there. Death timer's not super long as we're only at 35 minutes. Those really just get longer past 45 minutes. And so that will slightly neutralize the gold lead, right? We said it was 9k previously. It's now 8-ish k.
Oh, Slappy forces away Ari Panda.
Goes for the blast cone. He says, I don't want to steal, he doesn't want to have
just
a
the random Glitterland
steal. We saw Genovici steal earlier. We have, Zach didn't even smite right there, so.
General Vici now finally has his Infinity Edge and is building towards a second.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
QSS. I still don't know about that one. Okay, you have to go QSS because Eve's a threat, but you also have to get Last Whisper. We saw, dude. El Impressive, if he wasn't like slightly trolling there by face taking that tower, would have probably just gotten, like, they could have just won that team fight if they take it slow. GSM getting a little bit greedy there, kind of haha, we're so tanky, we can stand in front of you. Now imagine if Poppy's actually doing that, but then she's also smashing your head in with a hammer, right? You do need to finish that Last Whisper, General Vici, or you need to buy a Last Whisper, although he does need the QSS now. It's always the question, what would you rather have, 5 seconds of DPS or 1 second of DPS? Because the assassin is just going to assassinate you if you don't have that cleanse. Renji is also, well, I was saying earlier, he doesn't have cleanse. This heal's proven to be relatively useless this game. You've got to think it's a mistake on Renji's part, and it's kind of an uncharacteristic mistake because Renji does play these backline type champions, the Zerath, the Vel'Koz. This game is playing the Orianna, and typically those take cleanse because you only need to get hit by 1 CC to die. And if you can make that 1cc 0cc with a Captain Jack cleanse, you can almost always survive a fight if you cleanse correctly. Oh, a
The
nice
Crystallized
wall
used
onto
Aikido
Aikido.
separated, but they will not interrupt the Elastic Slingshot. He's able to get back towards his team. Elastic Slingshot threat down for just a little bit.
Yeah, they did not find the interrupt there, and even if they did, he could have just used ultimate to potentially get
Another
out.
Crystallized, but
Meanwhile-
Genovici's
Wait,
caught!
what are
There's
you
the
doing?
QSS! He gets pushed in, Steadfast Presence used, but there's the Let's Bounce onto 3! There's gonna be Charmed Up Genovici on a killing spree! Impressive knocks away 3, but it will not matter as GSM are losing this fight! There's the Elastic Shot denied by Impressive, but they lose 3 members!
Wait, we say that, but wait, he lived. Genovici lived that fight. So, I was gonna say you can't QSS a wall, but apparently you can flash cleanse and almost heal your way out of that. That was an Elder Dragon fight. Genovici was randomly getting caught out of position. That was way too close for comfort,
Yeah,
but they do manage to come out with the win.
That was honestly very well played by Apache, and a bit of a misstep by GSM.
Calculated bait.
Impressive.
Calculated bait.
Impressive and Shaq find the wall stun combo with Poppy and Anivia onto General Vici, who steps a little bit too far forward. But that attracts so much attention that Impressive is not able to see that the Elastic Slingshot is coming in. He doesn't deny it. He lands on 3. Let's Bounce pulls in 3 members just to get ripped apart by the Featherstorm from General Vici.
Yeah. Really well played there from Aikido and Hamana to basically, and Renji to find that shockwave to basically pick up the slack of General Vici in that last fight. I really didn't get to see what Slappy did there, but I assume he was part of the chaos that happened. Really nice. They have Elder now and Baron, and so Apache just really needs to use this to neutralize the gold discrepancy. It's only 3,000 at this point, and that almost means nothing.
Significantly lower than it was before. Alright, Apache starting to push in here with 5, but there is an Anivia. There's the Flash Frost being used onto Himana. Mercurial Scimitar is the 4th item for Mystic DK after those on-hit items plus the Runon's Hurricane.
Yeah, typically he power spikes at like 3 items really strong, and after that it's just get a QSS to the kind of the same argument as
and here we go. Apache, they force down another tower, their 3rd tower of the game. They're closing the gold discrepancy. Aikido is so threatening now with the Elastic Slingshot.
Really nice that he did pick up the power, and so now General Vici's just gonna shred apart the Poppy. One of the reasons that people don't like how tanky Poppy is she's deceptively tanky. She's really, really tanky in lane for no particular reason, just her W resistances. And as soon as your ADC gets a Last Whisper, Poppy just melts like butter. Those resistances, those bonus resistances mean nothing to a Last Whisper, especially if he upgrades this to be the Lord Dominic's regards.
GSM were trying to force down that mid inhibitor while the rest of Apache were pushing in that top lane, but Shaq was correcting bottom lane, and now they have to back away. The threat of the engage from Apache is much too high.
Yeah, they've thrown their lead, GSM has, and against this team fight comp, you are relatively outscaled. They do need to try to find a smart pick or a smart way into the game.
Another tower goes down to minions top lane.
Yeah, I mean,
they still got Elder Dragon buff for like 2 more seconds. Just kidding. I lied.
It's gone soon. Yeah, there it is. Haha.
Alright, so no more epic monster buffs.
So Dr. Wildy is the guy that I'm looking at to try to do something, because your team's going to lose unless you do something. Dr. Wildy at this point is relatively useless in these team fights unless he's able to find a charm onto General Vici or onto Renji. Specifically, if I were Dr. Wildy, I'd be looking at Renji. He does have a stopwatch right now, will be finishing that Zanya's, but if you manage to charm him, he has no QSS, he instantly dies. Try to kill him before he gets the shockwave off, and that will be a free win for GSM potentially in that team fight if they were to take it after getting the pick front to back.
Alternatively, you know, that is probably the most likely scenario, right? If GSM were to win this fight.
Yeah.
But they also have, you know, Chain of Corruption on an out of position. Renji, essentially, because General Vici does have that QSS, like you mentioned. You have the wall stun with, like, a surprise wall from Anivia. Also, you know, just catching someone out of position with the wall itself would also be sufficient.
I guess you could also go on Hamana or Slappy. They're actually relatively squishy to the point where your team with the MR Shred will be able to kill them if you find the charm. Any of them are valid targets. You probably don't want to go on the Zac, right?
Probably.
That guy's got a revive passive.
Plus, also, if you're all crowded around him and he happens to just Let's Bounce, then it's over.
You have to be really careful that on the assassination that they do find, they don't all clump for the shockwave if it's not onto Renji. So all eyes are on basically this 1v1 that should happen between Dr. Wildey and Renji. Renji's positional awareness and Dr. Wildey's cunning and seductiveness on the Evelyn.
Shaq 2 just trying to. I think he's just like catching all the waves and all the jungle camps he can find. Oh, but this elastic slingshot trying to catch Dr. Wildey, but he will break the stretching
Any
strikes.
opportunity that they can find to just keep tabs on where Dr. Wildey is basically winning that 1v1 slowly but surely. 12 seconds on the Baron as Apache does huddle around it as they will begin to do it. Dr. Wildey flanking with his team, or now he's not. He has to find some unique way to get into this fight. That's the task of
Oh,
Evelyn.
good ward from El Impressive. We'll find them sitting around that brush.
Yeah. For some reason, they're going for... Honestly, if I were them, I would just start it to get the Evelyn out of the shadows. Once you know where Evelyn is, you peel off of the Baron. It's really difficult. Oh, they see
there
her.
we go.
They see her.
It's the
They go for
charm.
the charm, but that's not going to be anything.
Interesting.
It's really just, do we know where Evelyn is? If not, you're just in this constant state of terror. Because it is camouflage, so you can just start dropping control wards like crazy in bushes.
Oh, El Impressive, he finds a
goes
stun
for
on the
engage.
Aikudo. Himana looking around, but it will just be...
So he said, you don't want to go on that Zac. It's a bait. It's a trap. Especially in these hallways while Meghanar is up. Meghanar will be
used. Dr.
expiring
Wildey a little bit
soon.
separated, but he will be able to get around the side. Oh, but Himana goes in flash swerves,
QSS.
but Mystic DK QSS's it. The flash frost comes through. They gnaw in Mystic DK, but no follow-up. Himana goes down. There's the feathers coming through, and they will melt down Slappy. He gets the elastic shield. Let's bounce up Ducks Mystic DK away from the team, but they're losing the fight. General Vici takes out Dr. Wildey. Renji, where did he go? Did he get knocked away? The shockwave flashed away from him by Shaq 2, and it will be General Vici caught in the Glacial Storm and shut down. GSM wins that fight 3-for-1. But what can they do with it?
Yeah, so we were talking about ways for Dr. Wildey to impact that fight. He did it in a way that we didn't talk about, which was he just distracted General Vici the whole time. He charmed him, 1v1'd him, pressed Zanya's, wasted General Vici's time so that there was no follow-up on that really nice Gnar ult
stopwatch.
from
Yeah,
the
you're right,
Slappy.
you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, but
My bad, not Zanya's, yeah, stopwatch. And he's just able to waste General Vici's time there in order for Mystic DK to not get focused down, and the 4v4 team fight, which they do have a mage support, shredding ADC, and a tank, still wins the 4v4 if you can take away that sustainable DPS, because while Slappy is in Mega form, he doesn't really do damage. Like, Meghanar can't kill ADCs in one combo anymore at this stage in the game, especially if you have a Lulu on your team.
Very nice QSS from Mystic DK to avoid getting knocked up by
Knocked up by
Himana.
the entrance, for sure. Really well played there from the side of GSM. That's how they have to win these fights, but that was one fight, and that was a burnt stopwatch. He won't be able to play this. Dr.
Well,
Wildey will not
unless
be
he
able to play
buys
this. Unless he buys
Lasagnas
lasagnas,
now.
right? But like he doesn't have it right now, so I'm gonna say he can't. So yeah, that's basically like that type of play won't be available for this next fight. And potentially General Vici might play a little bit smarter. After General Vici does use all of his defensive stuff, we did see, however, just El Impressive and Shaq2 just run him down the river. A pretty, I would say, well-coordinated team fight from GSM, and just a failure of execution engage there from Apache on Himana. You know he has the QSS. You need to wait out. You can't just use your W there to make that combo happen. You have to rely on something else. Specifically, you need to rely on the Zac, I'd say. That's the one that's the least QSS-able. Or, now that his flash is down, you hard engage, because even you basically just land a W. You don't go for the ultimate, and then you wait out the QSS from Mystic DK. We do see them camping the Baron.
What happened in that last fight with Shockwave? Did it go off? It was, the cooldown was used, but Airy Panda might be a little bit caught here. Last slingshot.
I think it only found one person. I don't really know. It didn't impact the fight too heavily.
Yeah,
I didn't
even see it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Apache, they're starting up the Baron. They will be the one starting it up. Here's Renji over the backside. Airy Panda throws down a control ward. They will see it happening. How fast is it going down? The Redemption being used as a half. Apache looking for this one, but they're trading. GSM is looking for the Elder Dragon.
Yeah,
they will trade.
They will decide to trade, and this is honestly a trade up. This is the second Elder Dragon of the game.
We can change the
yeah, you're right. I realized that.
I know. I tried to do it too.
Anywho, that's an Elder Dragon. Woo! That's the second Elder Dragon, and
is it the second?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think
they got one
taken
previously, didn't they?
Did they? Oh yeah, no. Apache got
fun.
the first one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It doesn't have the second dragon buff.
Yeah, so it's a 3-dragon elder, but it's only the first one for GSM compared to the second Baron for GSM or Apache.
The stakes rise. Technically, 40-minute Baron is stronger than Elder Dragon. However, I don't know if 40-minute Baron is stronger than triple elemental Elder Dragon. I know that second Elder Dragon period is stronger than post 40-minute Baron, but either way, Baron buff outlasts first Elder buff. So all
Yeah,
that
so
Apache has to
GSM
do is just
has
wait.
to
They just have to wait
GSM
and wait
has to
clear, and they
force it.
definitely have the tools to do that as long as they don't
And
get
this game
engaged on.
this game is down to the wire now. It
Oh yeah,
was
any
a
team can
very
win.
it was a very large lead for GSM, but it's very close now.
So
Only
GSM was going to say, hey, Sky Zero, take notes. Just kidding. Don't take notes. We messed this up. It is any team can win. It's basically a 50-50.
Oh, this is very dangerous. They could have pulled the trigger there if they wanted to.
Yeah. Missed opportunity there from Apache. However,
Although
you have
I don't
to say,
know if
do
it
you
would've
want
been
it?
the
Because they
I
have
don't know if
Elder.
they wanted it.
Triple Elder.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe wisdom shown there.
This is a very scary situation for both of these teams. There's
Oh, they find
caught
Mandate.
by the chain of corruption. He'll cleanse it off, and the wall will be used. But they stunned up Slappy into the wall. There's the combo being used.
Oh, he
Aikido gets
instantly
in there,
dies.
but Himata goes down. There's the Let's Bounce being used. It abducts two. Shockwave goes
Shockwave
down.
doesn't-
He doesn't
yeah.
get the Shockwave up before he dies. Elastic Slingshot onto General Beachy. He'll cleanse it, but it will not matter. Dr. Weldy
Oh,
kicks him
does
out.
kill Dr.
Aikido going down to El Impressive in the backline. Now Slappy, the last remaining
tank on
member of
tank, Elder
Apache.
Dragon.
Impressive is just going to tank up the tower. They gnar him back in, but he has dropped tower aggro. Shaq 2 is in there. El Impressive not going to go down. The Keeper's Verdict used. Sarah's Embrace, and Slappy finally melts. It's GSM! GSM have aced Apache, and GSM will keep their playoffs hopes alive as well. They take down the two Nexus towers and the base, and Apache will lose to GSM in week 9 of the OKLCS.
A downward trend for Apache. We said it before, and we'll say it again.
Well, you've said it before.
I've said it
and
before.
You'll say it again.
We have not. Yeah, you don't want to be associated with me when we talked about this one. We said it before that Apache on this like death spiral of a helicopter, basically like a helicopter without wings. They're just slowly spiraling down in the ranks. Honestly, they've kind of been exposed with how their gameplay has been in these last few weeks of the season, as they had to face a lot more tougher teams. Right? They lost to Sky Zero. They now have lost to
OU, Reign of Kings, and now GSM.
yeah, and so that's all the teams that are basically going to playoffs. From my understanding, there's still some to be decided, but with this, GSM's hopes are live, and so if this is any indication of what's going to happen in the playoffs, it's a worrying trend for Apache for sure. We talked a lot actually about how Aikido was doing really, really well at the start of the season, because of the fact that like he was able to get his solo laners ahead, versus what
Oops.
was kind of like the weaker teams of the league, and so. It's kind of worrying to me to see like top lane super top Slappy and Renji kind of start lacking as they do get ganked by some of the better junglers in the lead. And even though Aikido for sure, I think Aikido like didn't have a bad game this game. He was able to punish bot lane accordingly, but the solo laners when left in like with zero help just basically chain fed. No cleanse on the Orianna. He's able to get charmed up and he loses his flash. Top lane Slappy does not respect the enemy jungler, and it's just constantly dropping deaths, which is like you can't really blame Aikido for that. It's more like team wide as a whole, they're not working well as a unit.
So what does this mean for playoffs? Well, Apache, with that loss, they can no longer get. They're actually at the best, if I'm not mistaken, 4th seed now. At best.
At best, yeah, because Apache, Waduhek, and
yeah,
Randy Keynes has the head-to-head, and Waduhek has a win this week, whereas Apache has a loss this week.
Yeah.
What is the head-to-head of Apache versus Snack?
Apache beat Snack, but
Okay.
OU beat Apache. So.
Oh, so OU could potentially get 4th.
Yeah, OU could potentially knock down Apache depending. I haven't calculated game win-loss ratios.
Yeah.
So that would matter if both Snack and OU were to win. In any case, that means that Apache can no longer get any higher than 4th.
Yeah.
They could potentially drop more.
All
we'll
from
have to
Grace,
see.
as they were first place for a good majority of the season.
Yeah. So we are going to take a short break. We do have 2 more games. That was a very stressful first 2.
Yeah.
In any case, we're going to take a short break. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
sure of our love. I never thought of any reason, a doubt about us, and now I'm right back at the start. Halfway through a bottle, baby, and nothing's enough. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy. And you know how to forget all the wrongs and every reason why we've changed. And there's a storm inside my head. It's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy.
Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 9. This is the final week of the regular season for Diamond Capped and the regular season of the Spring Split overall. We just saw GSM take down Apache, which is, something that you wouldn't have expected seeing
yeah.
these teams after 4 weeks. But after 8 weeks, that's what happened. And GSM
Yeah.
now have their hopes alive of making it into playoffs. What has to happen, right? OGR 4-5. GSM is also 4-5 now. What they need is they need Sneck to lose in their game against Too Fast Too Furious because
Yeah.
that's the only other team that's 4-5 that they have the head-to-head over. I
Yeah.
think that's correct. In any case, that is not the game that we have next. The next game is actually between Reign of Kings and OU Diamond. So we will go ahead and get in. 1 second. Okay, talk about something. But
Okay,
forgot.
and I believe that in the case that if OU Diamond wins this game, they're guaranteed to go to playoffs. If they do not win,
Well, the next
and
game. Oh yeah. No,
yeah,
sorry.
this game that we're about to
You're
show,
right.
and if they do not win, Too Fast Too Furious, and if Too Fast Too Furious does win over Lance Snake, then
It messes a lot of things
it
up.
messes a lot of things up, and OU Diamond won't make it. So OU Diamond has to either win and then guaranteed go to playoffs as 6th seed, or lose and then potentially still make it based on the result of the Land Snake versus Too Fast Too Furious game. If not, GSM will go and take their spot.
Yep. So, it is, of course, Reign of Kings on the blue side, OU Diamond on the red side, operating with 2 subs for the 2 positions that they had the most consistency with.
Yeah, so let's name down the players, I guess. So on the side of Reign of Kings, on the blue side, we have Beniona as playing as Renekton in the top lane with the new Predator rune that we were talking about earlier in the cast. This is on the newest patch. Hastega in the jungle as Kane, probably either form, right? We can be Shadow Assassin or Darkton, but right now he's just regular old Kane. King Leroy in the mid lane as Scion mid
Whoa!
with the Comet, Barbarian Scion there as he stands shirtless in that bush. Sickly playing Kaisa ADC. This is the new and buffed Kaisa, because it is on the new patch. However, I believe it's also the hotfixed Kaisa, so it's not as busted. Baby Fufu is playing Spellbook Braum on support. Now, for the side of OU Diamond, we did mention that there were 2 subs. That will be Night Stalker in the top lane playing Maokai, and Funisuki. Funisuki is a foodie name.
Are you not weeb enough
I'm
to
not
know?
weeb enough to know how to pronounce it. He has a foodie name, is all I can say. He's going to be playing ADC in place of Rito Torchic and Night Stalker for Clockworker. And then we also have the standard kind of crew that OU Diamond has decided will finish out the season with, which is Narcoleptic as starter in the jungle, the one true Murph on Cassiopeia in the mid lane, and Yofish playing support on Alistar.
So we all know it's you.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Conqueror rune.
Yeah, so the way Conqueror works, right, it's basically Grasp, but for bruisers. So it requires you to be in combat for 4 seconds, just like Grasp. So if you're hitting a minion wave, it counts, you're in combat, and then you hit your opponent, and then you start glowing. So you're going to notice eventually, like this Renekton is going to be having little yellow glowing hands, as we see right now, and he hits the enemy Maokai, and he starts glowing in this beautiful yellow
gives you
mode,
AD.
and that gives you AD and converts your damage to true damage for 20% of your damage towards true damage. So what does this mean for bruisers? It means that they deal more damage to tanks, right? Because tanks typically take a lot of
Bite lands on
mitigated damage through their armor. Ooh, bot lane scrap as they both proc Aftershock. No Winter's Bite will be had. And it also means for these AD champions like Kled, Renekton, that they get some AD that they also miss from the previous Fervor of Battle. We do see the grounding, and Team Leroy is on that Scion mid. Scion mid is something that was played a lot in Korea, actually.
Yeah, I remember.
As a flex pick, as a response to all these really strong DPS mid laners that do magic damage. Basically,
Yeah.
you just get Adaptive Helm, and then you can just farm and just yell at the minion wave and just farm.
Yeah,
It's pretty nice.
Before this recent wave of Scion mid, there was like one Scion mid that was an outlier before it was a thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of a meme. Everyone's like, ah, yes, the Banner of Command Scion mid, classic. In actuality, it's not classic. It's strange at the time.
He is running really low here on mana. He does not have Doran's range, which is typically what you see
One True
Scion
Murph is
run.
going aggressive onto him and does have a lot of damage with the Twin Fangs, and he's gonna flash forward. King Leroy has to flash in response.
Yeah, that the nullifying orb that Scion is running does save him there, as they both expend their flashes looking for the kill on each other. King Leroy will potentially be staying, it looks like. I guess his stage is going to be helping him push out. So here we see the Aftershock trade from Night Stalker.
She's gonna take
Oh,
the
they traded the
Kaisa
bot lane.
passive here. The Winter's Bite will come through. There's the concussive blow stun onto Yofish. Will take a lot of damage. Needs getting another. No, not quite the second stack from the Kaisa passive, but it will be one on the Fumizuki. But actually, Sickly and Baby come out a little bit behind on that trade.
Hey, what is the Kaisa passive called? It's
It's
called
called Second Skin.
Skin. That sounds like a weird name for the passive proc.
Yeah.
So as
Very interesting.
she procs the second skin on the Alistar for the execution damage that Kaisa has.
So
in
it
her
is
kit.
percent missing health.
Yeah, it's percent missing health. It's an execution. On hit, it's like a mini version of Wit's End that actually stacks, right? The 1 through 4, and then the last one is an execution kill. So it's really good at shredding tanks.
Yep. And you know, Kaisa does do quite a bit of damage. It's just like everybody's saying, oh, her early game's god awful.
Yeah, and then
Like,
she
why
gets
would-
25 range, and now she actually, as you can see here, you just match her with the defensive support, and she's able to at least farm decently well into.
Oh, there's the
Sophia.
combo from Yofish on the 2, the Unbreakable thrown up, but Sickly is already taking a lot of punishment. They're gonna trade stuns. Ignite goes down onto Baby Fufu. Fumizuki will flash forward for one more auto, and it will be
Ooh,
first blood for
blood.
Fumizuki on the side of OU Diamond.
So have a sub, no ADC, no problem, says OU Diamond, as they're able to find the 2v2 kill onto Baby Fufu there. Something to note, I guess, Sickly is running the barrier on the Kai'Sa instead of the heal, so heal was unavailable for Baby Fufu there. That would have actually made a difference, potentially just playing too aggressive. Also, the Spellbook Braum not having the Guardian there contributed absolutely nothing towards his defense. So another reason that, you know, that Braum was a lot squishier than
He
normal.
also didn't use that exhaust.
Yeah, he
that
didn't
would've
use
taken the
exhaust.
unsealed spellbook
He
for.
just kind of rolled over. Didn't really use any other defensive abilities other than the flash away. That will be matched by 3 summoners, however, on the side of OU Diamond. So potentially something for.
Two.
They ignited. Oh yeah, I thought he was on cooldown. It's just the shadow behind the Mr. Helmet, bro. My bad. Yeah, 2 summoners on the side of OU Diamond. So potentially Hastega looking to punish something. Although Kane has a pretty relatively weak early game, so not going to be the easiest punish on his end in order to do that. As we do see Sion endlessly pushing these waves into the Cassiopeia. As he shields the damage on the poison. Not something you really want to be doing, is getting those twin faints while you're standing on the
That Roar of the
miasma.
Slayer hurts, man.
Yeah, man.
Arcane Comet Sion, what a great addition to.
And it's like bleeding out your butt, as Khan would say. It's a real quote. He said that in
Well,
an interview.
in more words than that.
Yeah.
Or rather, maybe in fewer words than
No, he
that.
said that. He said
No,
it was like
but in not quite as polite a way.
yeah.
In any
Daniel
case,
stuns a minion there. Doesn't get a good trade at
yeah,
all.
but look at that CS discrepancy. It will be neutralized a little bit with Night Stalker picking up a very large wave coming into the tower now. But it is still a very sizable CS lead for Beniona over Night Stalker.
Yeah, so we talked about Conqueror and like it's how it changes the top lane. The last game we saw was like Poppy endlessly getting hit by Gnar, right? That's what Riot released Conqueror to attempt to solve. Potentially a roam here, but they decide to call it off.
Yeah. It's what it is essentially like if you're a bruiser and you take Conqueror, that's basically saying I can 1v1 a tank at any stage of the game. Is that
Kind
right?
of, yeah. Earlier in the game, it doesn't affect the 1v1 all that much because bruisers tend to win the early 1v1s anyway.
Well, yeah, but that means like
Yeah,
now I can
it's-
do it
it's
at
more
any
like-
stage of the game.
Once you reach that first item, it's like having Black Cleaver without having Black Cleaver. Although it does look like that's what Mechanism built. So you see right there his hands start glowing. Now the damage doesn't go through until you auto attack an enemy champion.
Stego's
see
sneaking
right
his
here.
way in. Oh, there's the Twisted Events being used, but there is the stun from the Ruthless Predator. They clear out the minion wave. Dominus is popped. Night Stalker flashes away. Azteca will not be able to find a slow off, and it will be at least the flash from Night Stalker for that game.
Just a flash, no red form stacked there for this Kane. I assume Hastega wants to go red form this game. He has 3 really big beefy frontliners. Typically Skarners like to build full tank, at least in a competitive environment. So it'll be 3 people building a lot of HP, and he will have a lot of knockups and CC to help the Kai'Sa. The way that the second skin passive works is anytime that you are hard CC'd, immobilized like snares, root stuns, knockups, you get a stack of the second skin. However,
Oh,
only
Chain of
Kai'Sa
Corruption
can use
used.
it
It's
to execute.
found onto Sickly. There's the Unbreakable being used. Yofish messes up the combo. And it will be Narcoleptic. He's coming in for it. He's not going to look for a
Flash.
Yeah, he does have his flash. The Winter's Bite will not land. Narcoleptic will take no Unstoppable Onslaught being used into the bottom lane by King Leroy. He's looking for something. Yofish. Whoa, what is Yofish doing here? Now in the middle of the team will interrupt the Destiny Smash teleport coming in from Night Stalker, but it's not. It's canceled away. The One True Merp is down here. There's the Miasma being used. The exhaust onto the One True Merp now. They find Fumizuki with it, but it's the Umbral Trespass from Azteca into the back, but now he flashes away to out away. Reign of Kings, they're gonna back away. Yofish finds a combo onto 2, and they will not have the damage. There's King Leroy getting rooted up by Narcoleptic. He flashes away himself. Slow comes out from Azteca. Nobody dies.
Yeah. No teleport there that was able to go through from Narcoleptic. He did get stopped there by the Ruthless Predator from Beniona, and Beniona does not find a TP. It's really hard to TP against Maokai because he has
like
If you're
three
right
way-
next to him,
yeah.
you just get like snared or you get knocked out of it. And if you're really far away, he just casts the Nature's Grasp and he just catches up to you and it's just like, oh, I guess I can't
Astega,
teleport.
he does spot out the Infernal Dragon started up by OU Diamond. Narcoleptic wants to... No, he's going to back off. Doesn't want to take the 50
Yeah, they decided against it. They are a teleport down as Beniona saved his TP. And so Maokai would either have to walk down and concede a large amount of farm, or they would have 5v4 on the Infernal Dragon. These fights, having this relatively slow early game, I'd say benefits the Kaisa. Now that the Guinsu's changes are through, right? You don't really want to be rushing it as your first item, as Nisuki is doing. Mostly just because you don't get quite
So
as much
what would
stats
you
from
do on Varus? Like Wit's End first?
I'd go Bork. I'd
Bork.
go Bork first.
Okay.
Wit's End doesn't give you enough AD when you're building it, so it's not that good of a lane item. I'd definitely just go Bork, especially this game, right? Like, you have Renekton, who typically builds a lot of HP. You have Sion, who his passive is literally get a lot of HP. And then Braum, which, you know, gets HP.
Well, that's
item.
the Soul Furnace passive. His actual passive is the...
Get really angry and
it's the
slap
zombie.
you. Yeah. And so... yeah, I think Bork is really good as a first item on Varus now, and then you build the Rage Blade either second or third, based on if you need the Wit's End or not. This game I would definitely do like Bork, Wit's End, and then Rage Blade, or Bork, Wit's End, Phantom Dancer, or Hurricane.
Yeah.
and then Rage.
Especially with his both solo laners dealing magic damage, the Bork first probably is better for your damage spectrum.
So Black Cleaver completed for Beniona. Black Cleaver and Conqueror should be able to shred down Night Stalker in the top lane, as
That's
long
a 30 CS discrepancy between Beniona and Night Stalker.
and TP advantage to potentially culminate into some bot or mid. King Leroy also has teleport, and so, but he doesn't really need to use it if he uses the Pain Train Soul.
To his credit, the One True Merp also has a 20 CS lead over King Leroy in the mid lane.
So gold actually being 500 gold, mostly just from that first blood, in favor of
OU Diamond.
OU Diamond.
Things are slowing down a little bit. Team's not looking for quite as many big plays. Both junglers hanging around the bottom side of the map. The Infernal Dragon is a very big point of contest.
So
Umizuki and Yofish getting shoved in.
Canes and the OKLCS are like relatively infamous because of the fact that there was that one Kane that went to 23 minutes without getting a transform. So we'll be keeping track of when his stage gets.
Oh yeah, the Infernal Dragon is started up. It's smited down by Random Kings, but there's the Glacial Fissure being used by the Chain of Corruption comes through. There's a 4-man or knockup from him, but Beniona has teleported in, and he gets onto Fumizuki. Sickly goes down to One True Merp. Now, Yofish, he's gonna get stunned up by the concussive blows, but Baby Fufu on the way out, but there's no mana for the One True Merp. They will stun up King Leroy, and they will take him down, but that will be Narcoleptic goes down as well. The knockup comes out from Yofish onto Beniona, and here's Night Stalker with the Nature's Grasp. They throw up the Unbreakable, and they will find just the Ghost. Baby Fufu going very low, and the Twin Bang from long range. The One True Merp will take him out, and will they be able to focus down Beniona? Yes, they will, but Yofish goes down to Hastega on the backside. He gets the Shadow Step over the side. One more slow, or speed up from the One True Merp. One more Twin Bang, and it will be the delayed ace for OU Diamond.
And Night Stalker therefore going, pushing the top wave, and just runs down using the Nature's Grasp in order to get to the team fight kind of late. Kind of an overchase there from Reign of Kings after they do secure the Infernal Dragon. And so that will be 2-6, a gold deficit for Reign of Kings of about 2,000 right now. And so how much value you put on that Infernal Dragon really just puts on how much you think that play was worth it. Now, personally, I think that Kayn, Renekton, Kaisa all make really good use of the Infernal Dragon, and so it'll go a long ways in making sure that they do not get outscaled, because OU Diamond has drafted a very nice late game scaling team comp, as Cassiopeia and Varus have this insane tank shredding DPS.
So I do have news for you from Platinum Cap. Sky Fate with the forfeit to Reign of Kings Platinum.
They forfeited.
Yeah. They were supposed to play right now at 8 o'clock, but they have decided to forfeit, meaning that Reign of Kings Platinum will secure the number 2 seed going into playoffs, so they do have the bye into the semifinals, and it will mean that the old Razzle Dazzle secure themselves the number 6 seed.
Okay, so that'll be fun to see them both get the bye and see them at playoffs, and as well as the LAN, potentially the Razzle Dazzle can make it through the semi-gauntlet.
The quarterfinals, yeah.
At the
So, meaning that the quarterfinals matchup will be between Gecko's Sland Armageddon versus the old Razzle Dazzle, and Iron Man, by the way, versus Deathcap for Cutie. But that is neither here nor there as Reign of Kings secure first brick in the top lane. But there's the flash to the advance from Night Stalker. Hastega gets rooted up. Narcoleptic impales him down, and the one true Murph is here as well. Nature's Grasp, Petrifying Gaze stops Beniona from getting in. They will teleport in King Leroy, but Hastega's already dead, and it's a 1v3 now situation for King Leroy. They will very slowly take him down. He'll flash. Oh, good Tyrus Flash.
Yeah, he's able to get that as he poops out a ward in his path.
So King Leroy wastes both of his summoner spells, losing both his top and his jungle.
Yeah, really nice roam there from the one true Murph, able to get the lane priority and out roam King Leroy there on teleport. They were able to secure first break, which helps the gold deficit, but then they instantly die again, and what it looks like they're gonna lose the Herald here. So a pretty big like fall down for the side of Reign of Kings as OU Diamond takes this lead. Depending on how they use this Rift Herald and on what tower they use it, it could potentially balloon to be more.
Yep, it is actually, in spite of that first brick, a 1.7k gold lead for the side of OU Diamond.
Yeah, this is not what you want to see when you are playing a relatively early game comp with having the Renekton and the Scion, who will
you are
fall off
going
later
to
on.
lose out on damage as the game continues to go on.
Yeah, for sure. Using the Scion mid means you're not going for that burst type caster, and you're relying more on the Renekton and the Kayn to have damage in those roles to make up for, like, I don't know, a Syndra that could be there or an Orianna that could be there.
Additionally, Kai'Sa, you know, does do a lot of damage, but you're a low-range ADC up against Maokai, Cassiopeia, Chain of Corruption from Fumisuki's Forest. Now Beniona gonna get poisoned. One true Murph looking for him, but he will just blast going over the side. But Narcoleptic is zating over there. The Miasma thrown down. He can't slice and dice away. He's already used it. There's the Ruthless Predator almost takes down Narcoleptic. He actually gets him with the Call to Meek. Petrifying Gaze used. Flash away from the unstoppable onslaught. The one true Murph trying to get in there. The Decimating Smash will knock him up. Here comes the rest of OU Diamond. He's gonna throw it down on King Leroy. His slice and dice away. Hastega looks for the one true Murph, gets the knockup, and the Umbral Trespass comes through. Will he have the damage? He gets headbutted away, but the King Leroy will roar at him, and it will be Hastega picking up the kill onto the one true Murph. Decimating Smash will knock up one. Hastega flashes away. King Leroy looking for the Roar of the Slayer, finds it on the Night Stalker, will just be a slow, but none of Reign of Kings can continue to push, but Narcoleptic and the one true Murph go down. A little bit of, they thought they caught the big crocodile from Beniona, but it will be him turning it around, taking up a kill, and the oh,
that was a very assault.
Chain of Corruption was used because here's the teleport coming in from Night Stalker. I don't think they should go for this dive. It's a little bit too forced at this point, but they're going to go for it anyway. Night Stalker looking for the Twisted Advance. Needs to get it onto Sickly. He's not going to have it. The slow comes out, and a lot of time wasted on the side of OU Diamond.
Yeah, if that's the return play that you do after using all those resources top lane, I don't know. That's the Varus ultimate down, the teleport from the Maokai, and that's going to be teleport advantage for the side of Reign of Kings. Yeah,
and I mean, even if they had gotten that Twisted Advance, there's no Nature's Grasp. You've used the Chain of Corruption. There's still a Glacial Fissure and Sickly's ultimate to reposition and get a big shield. They could potentially have turned that with all the resources they used before even getting there.
So that will be teleport advantage for Beniona as he goes top lane and picks up another really big wave against Night Stalker. Just kind of creating this massive just solo advantage with which he can, yeah, as we saw right there, you 2v1. The enemy jungle typically doesn't stay ahead in levels as much, right? Beniona is 2 levels up on both Narcoleptic and Night Stalker. He's able to 2v1 with that the new flashy Conqueror rune. And then they neutralize the gold discrepancy with those plays. As they shut down the one true Murph, and they're able to kill Narcoleptic. Another dragon has spawned this time.
Mountain.
It is a mountain dragon. Beniona pushing in the top lane, does have teleport to join the team.
Beniona is so big right now. Has near almost 70 CS lead. Now it is 70 CS lead over Night Stalker. Has a full level advantage. As OU Diamond, they are starting up the Mountain Drake. Beniona does have his teleport, but doesn't look like they're going to call to contest it. Here's Hastega going in, looking for the seal with the Petrifying Gaze, and the Impale him, and he just gets taken out. Just ripped apart by 5 members of OU Diamond. Beniona trying to get the tower in the top lane. They lose their jungler and the Mountain Drake over the side of OU Diamond. Beniona still continuing to put pressure as King Lure gonna turn around with the
he
unstoppable
goes
on
for
top,
the
but he misses.
ultimate.
There's the Nature's Grasp used by Night Stalker on top of the Miasma. They're trying to melt him with the poison, but they have the adaptive helm. Unbreakable thrown up by Baby Fufu. King Lure going very low. Do they have the damage?
Starner.
Sickly throws out the damage. There's Narcoleptic flashes, leading to one more auto, but it will be a decimating smash. Glacial Fisher finds them. Night Stalker is gonna be stunned up, but not quite under tower. Beniona is now teleported in. Night Stalker gonna give his life for the cause. Exhausted down, so we can't pick up any kills. And now Beniona is 2v1 in the middle of the enemy team. The one Schumer trying to kite his best again. Flash shield is not enough. Call the Meek, and Narcoleptic will die to Sickly's passive as well. Baby Fufu throws out
holds
the Unbreakable.
forward.
Oh, Yopish
Oh,
messes
fail
up the
combo
combo.
for Yopish.
Baby Fufu will go down to Fumizuki. It's a double kill, but it will be Hasteka picking up the kill. Sickly flashes away, and now Yopish in no man's land. It will be the ace for Reign of Kings.
Yeah, Sickly goes in, pops the barrier. So I don't know if the combo like would have mattered if it landed because he did have quite a lot of shields, but it is noted Yofish messed up that combo. And so a blue turret has been destroyed in the bot lane, as I believe Rift Herald was summoned there previously. So they were able to pick up, OU Diamond was able to pick up some towers down there, and Reign of Kings is able to pick back up the gold into what looks to be just a 1,000 gold lead for themselves.
Yep.
They fixed the 1,000 gold lead discrepancy they had before, and they are now having a positive 1,000 gold. So
Ooh,
moving in the
Beniona
right
has a
direction.
Ravenous Hydra.
Ravenous Hydra,
He's gonna rip them apart.
Toll the Meek.
That Renekton really spikes very hard at the level 6 and the level 11 points because of that, you know, the dandruff from the Dominus does a
The
lot of
malaria
damage.
shield. Yeah.
Actually ridiculous.
Lucy is over heal, so he's getting all yellow and shiny, allowing it's basically like a ghetto bloodthirster. It scales off of your total health. Your 10% of your total health is the most shield you're allowed to have, and so Renekton, who does build a lot of health, is able to use overheal and Ravenous Hydra to get 10% of his HP, which is about 2,000, so he can get a 200 shield every wave. Typically against tanks who want to trade and then abuse the
hello.
sustain difference.
Banner of Command. Night Stalker, he can't do anything to that minion, but he is for sure gonna try something on the Beniona. The Dominus is popped. He's gonna slice and dice through both. The one true
just
Murph is
kidding.
here. He's blue smited. They will stun him out. The Miasma being used, but that's a lot of damage on a Narcoleptic. They impale him, and he will barely survive. But Fumizuki's caught on the other side of the map. 4 members against 2. Yofish fails the flash, and it's a double kill for Sickly.
Yeah, so he almost wins the 2v2 Benio, but the one true Murph does come down and sinks his fangs into the crocodile. I don't know if that's how that works in the jungle, but
Snakes eat crocodiles.
do
I
they?
think.
Do they actually?
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen how wide a snake can open its mouth? The one
But
true.
crocodiles get so big.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because honestly, I've seen like
I don't think there is a snake that's quite large enough to eat like
maybe
a
like
fully
baby
grown
crocodiles.
crocodile. Maybe
Or
a
like,
baby crocodile.
What are they called? Like Kaiman dragons or whatever? Like
Oh,
tiny
Komodo dragon?
Yeah, no, not the like Kaimans, or I forget what they're called. They're like crocodiles but different. They just have really long mouths.
Oh. Oh, okay. No, I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they're called.
I don't know what their name is. Anywho, maybe snakes eat those, but one true Murph definitely sinking his fangs into Beniona, and that will be.
It does, yeah. Snakes and scorpions, they team up on crocodiles
for
very
sure, for
often
sure.
in the wild.
in the tree forest, right? yeah.
That's how you take down a foe that's bigger than you.
Yeah, just dump a tree on him and then poison him with 2 different stingers or toxins. Yeah, they're both toxins, right?
I mean, it
Venoms?
depends on what type of snake you're talking about. It also depends on what type of scorpion you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know how. There's a difference between poisons, venoms, and toxins.
Yeah.
I don't. I just know that bleed makes people toxic. That's the only one that I know. The comet does land. So I checked this mid-game. Sion had 100% comet accuracy this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because of just he keeps landing on his E and his Q, and they set it up perfectly.
Oh, Beniona's just going to try and ignore Night Stalker. Night Stalker knows he needs to take the wave in order to stop Beniona, but he will take tower aggro, just slice and dice away, no big deal. Here's Narcoleptic looking for King Leroy. Will find the stun. Are they going to invest the Impale? Yes, they are. The Unstoppable Onslaught is available. He's going to use it, but it's right on top of Narcoleptic. Flashed away just before the Miasma lands. Will mean King Leroy is able to make it out. Decimating Smash. He's actually going to try and turn it because here comes Astega, and he's not going down anytime soon. Chain of Corruption used. There's the Yo Fish gets in with the headbutt to pulverize onto King Leroy, and King Leroy will go down. There's the Petrifying Gaze, but it will not stun anyone. King Leroy just continue to do damage, but there's the Miasma. 3-man knockout, but it's a double kill for the one true Murph. But now who is taking tower? It is Yo Fish. Pop the Unbreakable Will, and they will be able to make it out 2-0 in favor of OU Diamond.
Yeah, that's a really long fight and some desync there. Sickly only just now getting to mid lane.
But Night Stalker, you can only hold out so long against Beniona here. But they do pick up a tower in the mid lane on the side of OU Diamond thanks to those 2 quick kills. Now it is going to be the Baron started up again. I say it every week, but OU are the teams that love to go for these very early Barons. Just very decisive plays, but do they have the damage to do it? They have a Mountain Drake and they have Varus Cassiopeia, but they are too scared. The teleport coming in. Yo Fish is too low to tank the Baron, and they will have to back away. King Leroy's teleport is enough to threaten them off of it.
We were talking about the resist shred. Kaisa loves it when enemies are shredded because of the fact that she does do the hybrid damage.
It's doubly effective. Just for the same reason that Infernal Drake is so powerful on the side of Reign of Kings. Granted, I don't know if Sickly even has any AP for it to
I don't think so, yeah, it won't be affecting.
Does land the W.
That's doing so. The reason why that W does so much is because it not only has like dual scaling, it also procs her passive damage. So if you have like 3 stacks of second skin on you already, and she hits you with the Prey Seeker, you.
Well, it's not the Prey Seeker.
Oh,
that's the.
Oh, that's
Prey Seeker's Rek'Sai.
What's hers called?
I know. Okay, so her Q is a Cathian Rain. Her E is supercharged. The W is called Void Seeker.
Oh, my bad. Wow, big mistake.
Well,
Void
Prey Seeker
Seeker
is something that exists. You can't just call it that because then people get confused.
You're right.
They're looking for Beniona here. Yo Fish gonna go for the combo, knocks him into the wall. There's a nice change CC. Now they're gonna stun him up. Narcoleptic auto attacks him. He's gonna flash in onto the one true Murph. The knockout comes through. Chain of Corruption. They suppress him down. The one true Murph. Petrifying Gaze, but it will not be enough. He's shut down by Beniona. Slice and dice away. Now Sickly's in the middle. Unstoppable Onslaught will catch them all too. Narcoleptic trying to get out of the other side, but he will go down to Azteca. Flash auto attack. Narcoleptic goes down, and it will be Night Stalker slowly shredded down. Fumizuki 2 more autos, and Beniona will be the one who finds it. Yo Fish, the last remaining member of OU Diamond, and it will be a double for Sickly and the ace for 0 for Reign of Kings.
Yeah, these fights are all just kind of starting the same way, where Skarner and the rest of OU Diamond just kind of overcommit onto Beniona, get it turned on them, and either the one true Murph is able to sink his fangs into Beniona, or he's not, and then he just rolls over and dies. OU Diamond will be losing the tower, and what looks like an inhibitor here, as Sickly is able to use the supercharger to get his bonus attack speed. That is a lot of damage to structures.
I don't think it's necessarily wrong to use the Impale onto Beniona's Renekton. It makes it so that your Cassiopeia and your Varus have a lot more room to work with.
Right there, it was used defensively actually, as Beniona jumped on. It's like, get away from my Cassiopeia.
But you have to use it in a situation where you can actually melt down the Renekton during the duration of that. Fumizuki was not doing any damage to Beniona's Renekton during the duration of that suppress, and the one true Murph was too chunked and too zoned to really do anything either. So they just sort of end up dying, and the rest of the team is able to clean up the remaining members, even without Beniona. Well, Beniona came back in anyway because he was healthy enough to.
Sustained build with Spirit Visage and what looks like an adaptive helm.
Presumably adaptive helm. Cassiopeia is very prone to having those adaptive helms built, as is the case for King Leroy. You saw how long he lasted against him.
Kaisa builds recently, I've been seeing some really wonky ones where people do like double BF sword and Caulfield's Warhammer.
Yeah.
This one is just a standard crit build. This is the one that I see most commonly in solo queue. It's relatively easy to play. It has natural power spikes as you'd expect, but it spikes even harder because you do have that ultimate.
There's the Twisted Advance being used on the King Leroy. Nature's Grasp is invested as well, but again, they use their CC and there's nobody putting down damage on the Reign of Kings. Decimating Smash binds Night Stalker, who is level 14, to Beniona's level 16.
Yeah, Beniona pushing to the top side of the map as Reign of Kings tries to establish dominance towards the Baron
area.
And then the bot lane, we saw that Maokai used his ultimate, does not have teleport. Reign of Kings might just start Baron here as they do this.
Ooh, Narcoleptic gets knocked up. Sickly will start putting down some damage.
Unable to proc the second skin, but he does get chunked right there.
You'd think they could come up with better names for the Void Seeker? What is that?
Well, okay. Well, what
I
does
mean-
the ability do? It goes out and it seeks something.
Oh,
and
it
she's
goes in a
from the
straight.
void.
It doesn't seek them out. It goes in a straight line.
Okay, so what? Void missile.
Maybe I don't.
Right. Rename the ability with me.
Oh,
The
here we
void-
go. There it goes. Knock up onto Fumizuki, and he's just gonna get taken down. Sickly goes godlike. They suppress down Hastego, but the Umbral Trespass will keep him alive. It will be enough damage to keep him there. Double kill over to Sickly as he takes down 2 members. Now, Beniona gets in there. He's gonna get comboed up by Yofish and Night Stalker, but one True Merp cannot shred him fast enough, and Yofish pops the Unbreakable Will, flashes out to safety, and Beniona just tanks up the tower as Sickly will melt it down.
Yeah, so that will be a mid lane turret and what looks like as Random King starts going towards the Baron. The Baron for the side of Random Kings, as Starner will not be alive to contest. So outside of a steal from Malachi,
What do you build to get through this tank right now? I mean, the one Shrimp has his Void Staff. It's just not doing enough damage because of how strong Beniona is as far as like just EXP leads. He's level 17.
He's level 17 in 29 minutes. That's not unheard of. It's just the difference in tank stats is what's really hurting. It's because of how efficient you can just stack MR against the really heavy magic damage side. Descarna doesn't really provide that much damage. Varus is a pretty heavy magic damage build, especially
With the Gwynsu's Rage Blade. And the Blight stacks do magic
and
damage.
the Blight stacks, as well as Malachi and Cassiopeia obviously do magic damage. And so it's more just like from draft, they kind of shot themselves in the foot as far as being able to have too much magic damage on their team. So they have to make sure that they get to the stage where Renekton's damage falls off, and where, as we said, they don't have a mage on the side of Random Kings. These team fights will start getting more difficult once the Maokai starts getting tankier. It's really just how much tankier does Maokai need to start getting before Sickly starts having trouble shredding through him. And as we said, Sickly on this Kaisa is relatively short range.
Oh, there's a twist advance onto Beniona, but he slices it away. There's the Flash Bramble Smash, and then Nature's Rest will barely find him, but they cannot commit onto him because the rest of their base is under siege. And they're too late. The Chain of Corruption goes out, and King Leroy will get rooted up. He's actually taking tower aggro, and King Leroy will finally go down. They take him out, but Beniona gets suppressed out by the Impale, but he just slices through. They're trying to get into the backline. Yelfish will be the one who's focused down by Reign of Kings. Yelfish looking to try and do it, but Hastega takes him out. Beniona is going into the backline. They will take down Narcoleptic as well. The one Trooper Fumizuki on the run. Night Stalker in the middle there. The one Trooper trying to do it again, but Sickly is very low over the side. Night Stalker will get the sap magic, and there's the grounded onto Hastega. Sickly takes out the inhibitor, and Fumizuki is doing his best to try and push them away, but there's a Banner of Command minion, and they will take down Night Stalker, who goes a little bit too deep.
Yeah, as soon as the CC lands...
Oh, Flash Lord for the one True Merman. Hastega will get shut down. The Banner
and
of
they do end up getting both of the inhibitors. The Banner of Command minions just way too hard for them to deal with. You know, if you had a Caitlyn on your team, right, that minion dies way more efficiently. But as we see right there, Varus does do a lot of magic damage with this build, struggles a little bit to kill those banner minions. Cassiopeia, like, she tosses snakes at people. She auto attacks. Like, that's not gonna do. As far as auto attacks, magic damage, it's hard for anybody on the side of OU Diamond to deal with these banner minions. That will be an I think that was an Infernal for the side of...
Oh, they just got?
Maybe that was
Yeah.
an Ocean.
It was the Infernal. They had an Infernal and an Ocean already.
Okay, so that's another Infernal for the side of...
Oh, that's really bad. And there's the Gwynsu's Rage Blade, so trying to make the
Optimal use of both.
efficiency of the double
Well,
Infernal.
wait, so is it more optimal? Just like it's a percentage multiplier, but each item gives this like relatively the same amount. It doesn't really... Because if you're still
Well, it's more
amplifying
efficient
6
than like a attack speed item, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, even then, attack speed is still...
Is also a multiplicative.
Yeah. Who knows? Someone has to do the math.
Someone do the math.
I know. With the
I
new
think
Rage
it also
Blade-
depends a lot on like what's going on in the game.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
so it's kind of hard to tell.
I know with
We're
the
just
new Rage
memeing
Blade,
right now.
Jin can get like 2000 AD with late game builds because they upped his multiplier, his passive, and then the new Rage Blade multiplies your AD. So like you can actually just get 2000 AD as Jin and then do 4K crits, or I guess slightly less than 4K because he has a 190% crit multiplier.
But he also has the execute damage.
Yeah,
on...
he does. Well, like on every bullet, I mean.
So,
Beniona's
Night
trading with the
Stalker is
Clockwork.
just sort of going to take a lot of damage from Beniona's slice and dice away to dodge the Nature's Grass, and the rest of Reign of Kings are going onto this inhibitor tower. Yofish trying to get into the Unbreakable Will pop, but he's just going to get knocked up all over the place. There's the suppression onto Sickly, but they don't have the damage. Yes, they do! There's the shield coming around, and it will be a shutdown on this Sickly. Beniona getting in onto Fumizuki. Fumizuki trying to kite away. He'll slice and dice away. There's the Zonias from the One True Murph, and Reign of Kings now on the run. Yofish is still tanky enough to go in for another combo if he wants to. King Leroy is going to be Twisted Advance, knocked up, and it will be him getting shredded down to 2-0 in favor of OU Diamond.
Yeah, kind of a chaotic fight there, and that's the fight that you don't want to have, where Sickly's the first member of Reign of Kings to die.
Hastega
Oh,
might
what
have
is
stayed a
Hastega
little bit too
doing?
long. The Twisted Advance and the stun.
All
What
right,
is Hastega doing?
He died. Yeah, that's...
That was bad.
So, that
but
was
they do
random.
lose a Nexus tower on the
Yeah.
side of OU Diamond.
So really good from OU Diamond. They're to pull the trigger. That's the only way that they can really win fights. Take out Circular, Zane DPS. Small int there from Hastega at the end. But Beniona is reaching that point where he struggles to one-shot the back line. He can tank them for a while, and as you see now, he picks up the Bramble Vet. But yeah, it needs to be like as soon as Sickly dies, Reign of Kings really struggles to continue fights. Baron will be spawning in 2 minutes. The inhibitors are still down for the side of OU Diamond. Reign of Kings needs to find a way to try to go. I believe Sickly just bought a QSS, so not available last fight. Maybe he wishes he bought that earlier.
Maybe.
Because you know, at a certain point you don't need more damage, you just die as an ADC. So Beniona pushing, this time no teleport.
Yeah.
Goes
Just
Cross
starting
Conquer.
to do less damage to Night Stalker, but it's still
yeah.
problematic. Night Stalker can't really push the waves against him.
Banner of Commands, one of them will be being used by Zion here.
Oh, okay. Haunting Guys. That's the damage amp over time. That's good, right? For the One True Murph.
Oh yeah, for
Since
sure.
he's up against essentially 3.5 tanks, the Impale being used onto Beniona, and Fumizuki is here as well. Twisted Advance comes in, the Dominus pop, Beniona trying to get out of there, but he is getting Chain CC, Slice and Dice. Do they have it? The Righteous Glory pop by Narcoleptic as Reign of Kings, they're going for the tower. They don't have the minion wave, Hastega tanking it up. Yofish trying to do it, but he cannot tank long enough. Here's the One True Murph, Unbreakable being used, the Unstoppable Onslaught will be dodged by the One True Murph. There's the Glacial Fissure onto him, but they are untouched in the fight, and Baby Fufu is getting shredded. One more Twin Bang will take it. The One True Murph's on a killing spree. Now, they're trying to chase down the Master of Reign of Kings in response for that tower. They flash forward. Hastega flashes in response. King Leroy Twisted Advance up, and Fumizuki is still unloading damage. The Miasma pot onto Beniona. He flashes in, but he will get taken down. Sickly into the backline with his ultimate. Will he be able to do it? He goes down. He takes down Narcoleptic first, but it will be Fumizuki taking it out, and he will shut down King Leroy. Hastega, the last remaining member, as well as King Leroy's Ghost and Night Stalker, will be able to make it out to the base gates.
There you got to see it, kind of a desperate attempt there from Beniona and Sick to try to apply the second skin onto someone in the back line, which everybody on the side of Reign of Kings can do is apply second skin in order for to kind of enable the Kaisa to go back there and do a Vayne montage, but he did just get shot
why
down.
can't teams just close games?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness.
A huge lead in all 3 of these games, and they're just having so much trouble closing. Well, wait,
How else would we have upsets?
hope to see
League of
that.
upsets.
Hope to see more teams follow the example of GSM rather than that of Sky Zero, because Sky Zero ended up losing their game.
Oh yeah, they hard into slash through their game. Hopefully that is not the case with Reign.
But I mean, you do, like you mentioned, OU Diamond has the better scaling comp, as was the case in Wadu versus Sky
Reign of Kings
Zero.
needs to start worrying right now because in these fights, Kaisa is not shredding the tank super. And as you saw right there, Beniona gets grounded, isn't able to find onto the backline as quick as he needs to, and he just instantly dies.
The One True Murph, 10-3 and 10, he has had some very, very good miasmas in team fights this game. Catching people out of position, denying the entrance from Beniona and Hastega, because both of their abilities, you know, they can't use them while you're on the miasma.
So all inhibitors are up, however there's no inhibitor turrets up. They are out still, kind of deciding what they need to. Next fight, Elder Dragon will be spawning in 5 seconds from now, and that will be on the map.
All 3 inhibitors are up on the side of OU Diamond. They have one Nexus Tower that's very low, but they have to get through the inhibitors first.
It does look like both teams are going for separate rules here.
Yeah.
Reign of Kings goes for the Baron, while
Well,
Diamond goes for Elder.
It looks like One True Murph is trying to solo that, while the rest of his team is a little too late to contest the.
Yeah, so
The One True Murph soloing out the Elder Dragon, and he will take it fairly quickly. There it goes.
Yeah, and so that will be a buff trade, I guess, across the map, and that will be. It depends on how they use it. It's because Reina teams would like to have an Elder because they're up 3. Earth Dragon, having an amp on your Earth Dragon does absolutely nothing, unless you can start hitting towers.
Well, I mean, you do still get the true damage burn.
You do get the true damage, so Baron
That's
lasts
actually
longer.
pretty significant if they can force
For
a
sure.
fight.
So Reina teams has to wait out this Elder Dragon in order to win a team fight and use the minions, which we said before. You know, if you have banner and commands, nobody can really deal with it. I think maybe the Elder damage does apply to minions, so maybe that helps a little
Yeah,
bit.
the true damage.
Other than that, they're just going to try their best to not fight, I guess. They need to try to look for an engage. Narcoleptic does. Him and I guess pretty much all the frontline from OU Diamond can look for an engage here. We do see that Renegade's kind of hesitant to go forward on the map. They're just trying to
no,
AFK
I mean
mid
this is
lane.
this is
what
fair.
you're supposed
You know,
to do.
your Elder or Baron lasts longer than Elder, so you know, just don't fight.
Don't fight. Do not fight. And so what this does mean, right, is if Renegades fails to end the game right now and another Elder Dragon spawns and OU Diamond is able to get their hands on it, it makes that next trade not worth it for Reign of Kings if they were to go for Baron, because of the fact that second Elder outlasts Baron. So it definitely will be like it's upping the final battle, I guess. OU Diamond basically has to win 2 fights in order to win the game, and Reign of Kings has to win 1 fight in order. 1 fight for OU Diamond to neutralize it, and then win after that in order to their winning game state. But right now, Reign of Kings just waited out as Elder Dragon is 3/4 of the way completed.
Oh goodness, all 3 games we've seen today have given me so much anxiety.
What's your anxiety about this game?
I mean, like, a team fight could swing this either way. It's just like very stressful to think what it's like to be in one of these players' shoes.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely like showing the discipline from both teams, and I would say probably favors the team without subs, right? The ones that have been in this situation more. So we do see Sion did just donate Renekton a Baron minion. That's why he walked down there. As the rest of Reign of Kings, he just top lane. Sion will be pushing in mid lane here. OU Diamond is kind of clumping in the top side of the map, unsure what to do as Renekton pushes in the bot lane. Teleports are available for both teams. As
is the Elder gone?
Yeah, Elder
the
is
Elder's gone.
Baron
This
is still available.
This is
They
really
get
bad
one
for
nice
OU
push
Diamond.
with it.
And there's the
Baron up
banner.
here. Yeah, the Bruce Banner minion.
Oh goodness.
Beniona staring down the Skarner and the Maokai, while all 4 start sieging the top lane with their own Bruce Banner minion.
Yeah, 1 Bruce Banner minion apiece over there. They just get to protect the president. Except Beniona has decided he's the president now. He's just gonna take down the inhibitor in front of Nightstalker's face, but there's the righteous glory pop by Narcoleptic. He's gonna get knocked up in place. Decimating smash comes down, and now Narcoleptic is taken very low, and they're just gonna focus on Nut. Hastega gets in there, a knockout comes through. King Leroy has to flash away. Yelpish goes in. There's the petrifying gaze used by the One True Murph. Nature's Grass coming across, and now they're focusing down Beniona. He gets into the back line, stuns out the One True Murph. They combo him out. The Zanya's pop. Unbreakable thrown up by Baby Fufu, and they will take down Beniona. The first kill of the fight. Yelpish flashes away. Nightsucker flashes in with the twist of hands on a sickly Bramble Smash, finds the ball. A 2-man knockout from Astega. Narcoleptic on the run now. Nightsucker will be the one going down to the Umbral Trespass. He takes down 2. Sickly gets down Narcoleptic. Astega flashes out, and there's the flash horn from Bumizuki. The barrier popped by Sickly piercing arrow will not find a kill.
Again.
And there it is, a Supple What the heck was that?
He misses.
Bumizuki and the One True Murph trying to pick up as many kills as they can, but they gotta deal with that minion wave pushing in the bottom lane.
Alright, well, Sion does have 40% CDR, and that thing is like pretty much halfway up again, so I was really surprised that Sion had ult. But he kind of whiffed it / predicted the One True Murph. Both teams probably
He
not expecting
overpredict.
that. He overpredicted. It does start relatively slow.
Yeah, overpredict is a term in a lot of games, you know? You overthink what the other
in real
person...
life, probably, like if you're shooting guns or arrows or
Maybe.
running into walls of Sion.
Most contexts I've heard the term overpredicting is like when you're like trying to read what someone else is gonna do, and they like do a much simpler thing, and you end up like looking
Oh,
like
like
an
in
idiot.
fighting games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in fighting games and like card games, you see that.
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha.
the first time I heard the term was actually in Pokemon. Yeah, like in competitive
Oh, he's gonna
battle.
swap out to his
Yeah,
Charizard.
yeah, yeah.
Let me go ahead and throw out the Stealth Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's not.
Well,
the
no,
swap, he
because
just
Stealth
one-shot
Rock,
me.
you always get to use your move after the switch. The switch always has priority. Unless you use Pursuit. Pursuit's the one move that has priority over.
So you're telling me I could overpredict Pursuit and then just hit them for like 5 damage instead of
Exactly.
one
That's
shot.
exactly the
Gotcha,
context
gotcha.
you would use it in.
Okay. Anywho, back to this game. Bot lane inhibitor was taken by Beniola before that team fight. They did manage to take out just that inhibitor before they all died / ran away. The ZZ route is now completed for.
I would. Did they sell it after they purchased it?
Yeah, they
They
did.
must have. I don't know who it was.
Okay, that's someone bought and sold the ZZ route. These are the.
You can't
true
really
stall
do that as.
tactics.
Oh my
The double
god!
minion wave.
Holy cow! The double banner of command
What do
minion.
you even do against this? One of
there's
them
no-
is so tanky. Oh,
there's
that's
no
what
barons
you,
up.
You just shoot it.
Oh, but look at Beniola. Beniona's just trying to push down that one in the top lane. They will send the one Tremor out there to deal with it. Nightstalker looking for any engage he can find. There's the Nature's Grasp, his right story. He flashes for the Impale, but he will not be able to pull him back in. Unbreakable thrown the wrong direction. Teleport's coming in from Beniola. They've already killed Narcoleptic, and the Stone Plate pop. There's the King Leroy going in, gets an unstoppable on a Nightstalker, but they will stun him with the concussive blows. Beniola trying to get him back by Petrifying Gaze, finds only one stun. Beniona's in the back, and they will try to smelt him down, but exhaust on the Fumizuki. They knock out Hastega. Yofish is trying to peel, but he will go down. Double kill over to Sickly. He follows with the ultimate. The one Tremor will go down to one more auto. It's a triple kill for Sickly. They get the Guardian Ninja. It's another one, and it's the ace for Random Kings. They will take down OU Diamond. They will finally end the 45-minute game, and they will take second seed going to playoffs.
Yeah, that was a very long game. Yeah, man, you're right. These games just go way too long. And that 54 killed 5 minutes.
Okay. So what that means is that we know for a fact the first 4 seeds. Sky Zero is guaranteed the number 1 seed. Reign of Kings with that victory and the head-to-head victory over Wadu Heck are the number 2 seed. Wadu Heck are guaranteed the number 3 seed, and because Wadu Heck are guaranteed the number 3 seed because even if Snek were to win, they're down a game to them.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So it's just reliant.
So now the
on
last
2F2F.
the last 2 seeds are up in the air among Snek, OU, GSM, OGR, and Too Fast Too Furious, depending on the result of the Too Fast Too Furious versus Snek game, which we will be bringing to you up next. But before that, we're gonna take a short break. I think I need it. If anything, in any case, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 9, and this is going to be the last game we stream of the regular season.
Yes.
We still
Yeah,
have
we will be going
quarterfinals to
into-
stream, and then of course semifinals and finals, which will be played LAN, and those will also be streamed live for Diamond Capped, and then shortly afterwards for Platinum and Gold Capped. This last game is between Snek and Too Fast Too Furious. Snek coming into this match 4-4, Too Fast Too Furious at 3-5. What that means is that if Too Fast Too Furious were to win this game, there would be 5 teams at a 4-5 record. And if I'm not mistaken, what that will mean is that I think I did the math.
Snek and GS.
Snek and GSM would have the best game win-loss ratio. So if Too Fast Too Furious wins, Snek and GSM go to playoffs. If Snek wins, then Snek would be 5-4. They would get to go to playoffs, and of the remaining teams, OU, GSM, and OGR would be 4-5, and OU has the head-to-head over both GSM and OGR. Meaning that it would be Snek and OU taking up those last 2 spots. We will see which of those 2 combinations.
Yeah, which scenario
in any
which
case,
reality we live
Yeah. In any case, Snek is going to playoffs as a result of the previous games. OU's hopes rest on Snek winning, whereas GSM's hope rests on Too Fast Too Furious winning, which we'll see which one prevails in this final game of the regular season.
Straight in. On the left side, we have Jack Loves Lampons and Sci-Fi playing the Camille Jungle, which we've seen have mixed success
Mixed
in
results.
the OKLCS, but Sci-Fi has played it pretty well. Echo
Yeah, I don't
Voice-
think he's played it in OKLCS yet.
Oh, he hasn't played in OKLCS yet?
No.
I've seen him play it in scrims. Echoed Voice is on the Morgana mid. We have
Fairly
seen
staple
a
pick
lot,
for
yeah.
him.
Terramat and Doughboy are playing the Zaya and Thresh combo in the bot lane. A lot of playmaking in that lane. As we see the invade on the top side, doesn't look like double ward, lots of synergy.
Yeah,
on
this
the
is
side
the
of
the traditional Snek invade.
Yeah.
If you watch OKLCS, you know that Snek invades literally every game,
Well, I mean, if you have Morgana, Thresh, Camille,
but
like,
they do it all the time.
you
They
should.
literally
If you
do it.
don't invade with this team comp, you're trolling. So good for them to invade. Pretty sneaky in path, and they find nothing.
They will see Weenie on.
A lot of
Weenie
birds
will see
maybe
them
giving
rather.
away. Oh, just kidding. All the birds flock away.
I'm like, oh crap.
On the right side, we have Weenie on the Nasus in the top lane, Seismic Graves in the jungle. Chris can't miss playing Karma mid. We see some of that in the LCS. And then Biscuit Titchbit on Ezreal, and Agent A2 on Rakan. So the star-crossed lovers, opposite.
More like a lover's quarrel than
Yeah.
anything.
And so fighting versus each other. This is on the previous patch, so this is crappy Rakan. So his E range is less on non-Zaya allies, and his AP ratios are lower.
And his Q range is lower.
Q range is lower. Well, his Q, his
They
range.
didn't they buff his range on
They
this
just
patch
buffed
too?
his AP.
No, I think they also buffed the Q range if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna
Okay,
fact
go
check
for it.
just to make sure. But go ahead.
Anywho, there's also no Conqueror, which makes Jack Loves Lamp. We've seen him, and I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, good. He plays a lot of Swain. He's been playing a lot of it in solo queue. So Jack has the phase rush, which will help heavily against his.
You're right. They didn't buff his Q range.
That was before. Anyway, he
Alright.
goes in for the.
Grand entrance. He's
entrance.
not gonna find it, and there's the flay back.
Fade.
Will not
Oh,
find
the
it.
hook
The
goes
hook goes
wide.
wide. Summoner heal comes out. Traded for the ignite from PB Doughboy.
A swinging is there. Oh, Hakuho. Aimbot skill shots today.
Yes. We all saw the TSM CG results.
Yep.
If you didn't, spoilers. TSM is
Spoilers,
the
by the
grandest
way.
disappointment that the
Yeah,
NALCS
the
has had to
first season,
offer.
Don't make it. And meanwhile,
Sci-Fi finds Seismic, will get the hookshot onto him. Seismic will try and turn around some damage with the end of the line. Tormented Soil will chunk him down even lower.
messes up his precision protocol auto attacks, but he does win that duel.
Okay, good Death Sentence will land. He'll flay him back. The Grand Entrance will get HNA2 out to safety, and Biscuit trying to turn around some damage with the Feathers will do a lot more from Karamat.
Yeah, just really nice trades here from the bot lane of Lance Snake. You see that they've Lance Snake's always been like heavily, I guess,
Bot lane
lane.
oriented.
yeah. The team as a whole just has a lot of synergy compared to other teams. OKLCS, often described as like a group of friends, just like play. And like this season, they're very competitive. This is kind of like the last game up. But Sci-Fi has kind of given this team a breath of fresh air as he's playing these carry junglers and just gives the team a whole new dynamic to the early game. Here on the Camille as he ganks mid lane.
Oh yeah,
actually.
Chris Can't Miss is getting ganked up. Sci-Fi will land the slow. Chris Can't Miss gets hit by a long-range Dark Binding in the Tormented Soil. First blood for Sci-Fi of Landsnick.
Oh wow. Very nice guy. Echo Voice goes back in to take the minions as the Never Move lands and he gets Electro Shock onto Wii. But in the top lane, it's a Residence. It's a Nasus lane. He's just gonna farm up. Once Nasus gets to like Spirit Massage and Ashin, he can just ignore Swain's damage. However, Swain, as we've seen in the actual LCS, is like a pick ban champion in top lane because of the fact that he's able to just create so much zone control later on in fights. So it's going to be interesting to see how Jack either gets an advantage in lane and then carries that over to fights, or if he's able to maybe not, and then best to prevent the Nasus who typically range and less of an impact in fights. He has a lot of CC on his team. Literally everyone can proc the mains pull,
Yeah.
the yoinks.
The yoinks.
That's what
Death
Fritz
Sentence,
calls
the
it.
hook shot, the Dark Binding, and the Lucky Feather Root from Karamat.
Man, that's not luck, dude. That's all skill. As Ezreal's on the enemy team. Biscuit is piloting that, and we see the Iosauron just complete. So it's not super useful for wave clear, but what it does do, it gives him crystals that you see under his health bar right now, which do
The
affect
soul
how-
fragments.
yeah, the soul fragments, which affect how much damage his ultimate does on the explosion. So
Yeah, the Soul Flare.
it's very spooky to fight a 5 soul.
Or no, I'm
fragment.
sorry, it's Demon Flare.
Yeah, the demon flare.
Yeah, I said Soul Flare, that's wrong. I think Soul Flare is something else.
Yeah, it's karma.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think it's also something from a different game. Soul Flare sounds like something generic, right?
Yeah,
It's definitely something from something, you know.
or hers might be spirit flare.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
In the jungle, we do see that Camille has picked up a Tiamat while Graves is sitting on a lowly double.
Slowly. Yeah, first blood for Sci-Fi does propel him a little bit forwards.
Uh,
It is Skirmisher Saber though.
yeah,
Completed.
he went ahead and recalled and finished up that skirmisher save. Should allow him to win. Sci-fi, assuming that like very much outplayed, and now Camille can use that hedge stick to dodge out on maybe the large burst
The
damage.
collateral damage?
Yeah, the collateral damage, or even like the
End of the line.
end of the line. That one. I don't know Graves' ability. It's been so long since I've seen Graves.
End of the line. Smoke screen.
Yeah,
Quick draw. Collateral damage.
True grit. You have to say it without moving your mouth as much.
True grit.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Ezra was able to get back and has his tier and call, so he's just gonna be farming up in the bot lane and look to kill alongside Zaya. As long as bot lane of Too Fast Too Furious doesn't die, it's basically just win, because they'll have more playmaking and the ability to dodge around. If I had to pick an ADC to play against Camille, it'd probably be Ezreal. The other ones include like Vayne is pretty decent. Tristana to some extent is okay, but like you pretty much like all ADCs just roll over when it comes to fighting Camille. It's really just up to on the side of Too Fast Too Furious to be that front line. And honestly, I don't think that Weenie on Nasus depends on how he gets it. So far, he's only at what it looks like right now 8 CS down, which is perfectly fine for him. He has not had to use his teleport. He's just farming. That Sheen is actually goes a long way in making sure.
Seismic has
Healthy.
snuck his way in
Ooh.
here, but Sci-Fi is here as well.
3v3.
They're going to use the Hextech Ultimatum, a two-man knockup, but Agent A2 goes down immediately. Now Seismic having to back away. PB Doughboy coming on to clear out the control ward. The 3v3 was initiated a little bit too early for Too Fast Too Furious. Hookshot lands into the Death Sentence, and they will rip Seismic apart as well.
Really nice follow up there from PB. Follow up on that hook shot from Sci-Fi as he finds it onto.
Ooh, Sci-Fi looking
Seismic.
for Biscuit, and Biscuit, oh, he gets jumped on anyway. Flash forward from Sci-Fi, and it will be the Flash Feather Storm, and Karamat will pick up one.
Nice, really nice commit there from the side of Landsnake as they aggressively play that gank towards the bottom side, and that's exactly what they had to do. Dude, Caster's Curse, I said, dude, if only 2F2F doesn't die, boom, instantly dies. That's a double kill for the side of Landsnake, and then the other one that was picked up earlier with the Hextech Ultimatum. That's 3 total that bot lane play that Sci-Fi was able to pick up with the highly coveted % kill participation on Sci-Fi.
Haha.
Oh, he
Yes.
jumps in again, dude. He's just camping him. He's just camping him. He probably has enough money to recall. They do have a 1,500 ish.
Yeah, 1.6k.
Okay,
Oh,
that
here we go.
much.
The Wither
Yeah.
onto Jack Love's Lamp, but there was Seismic caught by the Never Move. He pops the Demon Ascension. Weenie is going to continue in with the Fury of the Sands, but Seismic actually has to back away. That Demon Flare damage is very real, and Seismic having to disengage from that gank.
Yeah, the way I see Swain, he's basically like a Juggernaut mage. Because
Ah.
he's completely immobile, relies totally around people just walking into him in order
Yeah,
for him to
he's
kill them.
basically a P Darius. You got the E that pulls people
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
You've got the W, which is just sort of a thing that happens.
Yeah,
it's
and
it
slows,
slows, it slows.
And,
And
you have
the
the Q, which is just a bunch of damage. Granted, it doesn't heal him, but that's what everything else in his kit does. So
yeah, basically just
it's basically
Darius.
AP Darius. That's the way to put it. Jack does use the ultimate, the Demon Flare, in order to ward off any ganks. And honestly, Weenie doesn't have the setup that Sci-Fi does from the jungle with Seismic in order to make these ganks happen. It's kind of just a
Oh, and here's
low
the hookshot onto
probability gank.
Weenie.
Ooh,
They
really
will
nice.
get
He
the
does jump. No
slow, but
ultimate.
there's the Never Move, pulls Weenie back in, and he has no Fury of the Sands. It will be the Hextech Ultimatum, taking him down.
triumph.
Sci-Fi's on a killing spree. Infernal Dragon started up by Too Fast, Too Furious, but PB Doughboy and Karamat are around the side. They've got Echoed Voice coming around the other side. Dark Binding will land onto Biscuit. The shield's coming out, and there's the Recombo used in onto Karamat, but no follow-up. Biscuit still on the Infernal Dragon. They take out Karamat. The flash forward to get the Infernal Dragon on the side, but Biscuit jumps forward, and there's the Flash Soul Shot goes from Echoed Voice, throws in the back shield, and Seismic will fall as well. Chris can't miss. Out of mana, moving forward, doesn't need to be doing this. PB Doughboy is gonna have to flash away from the Dark Binding over the side.
Chris can't miss biting off more than
Oh
he
wait,
did.
what is this? Teleport
Whoa.
from Weenie in the back line. Echoed Voice and PB Doughboy are here. They have to kite away from
The
Weenie, but
dog.
no, it's just there. He just leaves PB Doughboy to die. The knockout from HNA2's grand entrance, and Weenie
So
will
he
pick up
doesn't
one.
get the +6. No +6 in the chat today. That will yeah, a nice little revenge to him. Let's pick up the red buff. Potentially looking to get more.
Echoed Voice leaves PB Doughboy to die, who hides out the other direction.
Yeah, dude. My KDA first, says Echoed Voice. I think he could have given maybe
Black
Thresh a
shield?
spell shield
Maybe.
and then just run away. Yeah, I think that's fine. Boom, +3.
But he didn't even give him the spell shield.
He didn't. He just ran.
He's
just-
like, bye.
yeah, he left him to the dogs
The literal dog and a bird person.
and a bird person.
So Jack Love's Lamp
Big
coming back up
move.
to meet Weenie. He has a finished Rod of Ages. Weenie looking to build towards the Trinity Force. Vision of Empire being used. Nevermove will find Weenie yet again. And now Seismic is kiting away from Sci-Fi. And there's the Summoner Heal from Biscuit. Now they're coming forward onto Sci-Fi. One more auto, and it will be a shutdown over to Seismic.
Yeah, he's kind of just jumping on anyone. The AD getting to his head as he just looks for whatever kills he can jump onto. But right there was the Summoner Heal. Graves did have his true grit. And he
Yeah,
was
the
able to
Vision
turn
of
that
Empire
fight.
again onto Weenie. And Jack Love's Lamp's going to pop the Demonic Ascension. Weenie taking a lot of damage. He has no Fury of the Sands. He's going to pop it. Demon Flare. Jack solo kills Weenie.
Yeah, as Juggernauts, basically, whenever you don't have your ult, you just have to.
Oh, PB Doughboy
respect
found.
other
There's the
one. Ooh.
Recombo being used onto PB Doughboy. Will charm up Karamat as well. The stopwatch keys. Double teleports coming in. As he goes, he flashes and gets the
Does
death
land
sentence.
that
PB
hook.
Doughboy will die, and it will be the disengage from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, so they basically just commit to the bot lane. I guess it's for the first Tower Blood. Double TP for first Tower Blood. I guess it's kind of worth it. Would they have done it anyways? Yeah, it was kind of low. So, ooh, Jack does not have
Yeah,
his Demon Flare here. He might just get runned up and gunned up, but no.
The Dark Binding
Echoed
covers
Voice.
the escape.
Yeah, it does provide Jack with an escape as he looks for more. He does have his Rod of Ages finished, so he's going to be doing considerable amounts of damage as the game progresses. Swain, not the strongest early game champion, but as we say, you're really playing for those mid game teamfight presence. If you're really playing for that mid game teamfight presence, as now he starts picking up a lost chapter, potentially looking to. Ooh, is it gonna be? All right, let's play some bets. It shouldn't be Seraph's because he never
Yeah, he
built
didn't
tier.
build tier.
It could be.
Ooh,
the
Sci-Fi
water
going
hose.
in with the Hextech Ultimatum on a Chris can't miss, and that's an easy kill for Sci-Fi. Slows him up and gets the last auto. The Black Shield for the assist from Echoed Voice.
Yeah, really nice. He does drop the ultimate. He doesn't really like land the sweet spot on his W, but he doesn't need it because he has the red buff for the slows. So well, good pick there from Sci-Fi that he finds there with the Hextech Ultimatum. So yeah, what item do you think he's gonna build? Is it gonna be? It's not gonna be Saros. Is it gonna be Luden's Echo for a little bit more damage, or what I think is gonna be the Water Hose,
The GLP.
the GLP
I
9000?
I predict the. Ah man, I don't even.
It should be the
I
Water
actually
Hose.
don't remember. To be honest with you.
Gotcha.
If I had to guess, I'd probably say it's gonna be Luden's.
Luden's is like the stock standard one. If you don't
Yeah.
fight tier and you build Last Chapter, you build Luden. Most people think that the Water Hose is trolling. I really like it on champs that you need to land a subsequent skill shot on, and like their whole kit's defined by it.
Yep.
Aurelion Sol is an example of one.
For control ward just a little too late as Sci-Fi jumps on
Oh,
to
he
him.
uses his autos on the wards there instead of for damage. I don't know if that was intentional.
That sentence goes wide. Echoed voice looking for a dark binding over the wall, but he is spotted on top of a ward.
Yeah, Swain is pushing in the bot lane, and Nasus isn't really taking down any towers, so Sneg is perfectly okay with how this game is going right now.
Oh, that's 3 members of Snek coming in to collapse onto Weenie. He has shown no signs. The hook shot comes in. He will land the stun. There's the Wither and the Fury of the Sands popped. He will flash back under the tower, and it looks like he will be able to get out.
Yeah,
Weenie survives, but there's the hook shot coming back off cooldown, and Weenie goes down again. The Mantra Q comes out from Chris Can't Miss, looking for the tether onto Echoed Voice. Will get it. The Black Shield comes out a little bit too late. Death Sentence goes wide. Oh no, it actually lands, and there's the hook shot again in the Flay comes down, and Chris Can't Miss taking a lot of damage. True Shot Barrage does not find Echoed Voice, and it will be Chris Can't Miss surviving, and the Dark Passage will get Sci-Fi
yeah,
out.
he's using the empowered, the Mantra W there in order to heal up 20% of his missing health right before the sweeping strike.
The sweep, tactical sweep.
Tactical sweep. God, I
Yeah.
play that champion. I don't even know the ability's name. And then that will be, honestly, that's beneficial for Too Fast, Too Furious as they now gain tempo and they take down this tower.
Oh, Vision of Empire used, and here's Sci-Fi over the wall again. Hookshot comes out, and here's Jack Loves Lamb looking for it with the Demon Flare popped. And oh, the root onto Seismic. He gets pulled back in after the flash, and Jack will pick up one.
Yeah, Sci-Fi just pretty much just going on any type of play that he can find. He's just constantly spamming these hook shots. Not very clean. Like, not a lot of these are landing. Not a lot of tactical sweeps are landing. But he is punishing a lot of mistakes from Too Fast, Too Furious. You can tell that, like, if you, what is it? If you shoot 1,000 shots, like, one of them's about to land or something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a old Confucius saying, for sure.
Oh, what is it? It's like a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, there we go. That one. That's
a
what
good one.
Confucius says. +3 for Nasus right there. He's building towards the
Although it
Triforce,
seems
which-
like Sci-Fi has been correct more than twice this game, seeing
Yeah.
as he's got
It's more
7
like-
kill participation.
It's more that
Anyway.
Too Fast, Too Furious isn't punishing the mistakes quite correctly compared to the amount of mistakes that Sci-Fi is finding, I'd say. Definitely, like, just the way that he uses tactical sweeps, the random, like, precision protocol misclicks is what I'll call them, but I don't know if, maybe it's intentionally. It's these things that are like, if Too Fast, Too Furious were playing a cleaner game, Sci-Fi's Camille wouldn't be looking so good, but it is, so who's there to...
Oh wait, it's the water hose.
It
He
is
has
the
the
water hose.
revolver.
He has the revolver.
You were right.
Unless he builds Proto Belt. Then he builds Proto Belt and Ludens, and then just adds AP ratios to his whole burst. He just grabs you in. Proto Belt's
is a-
closer because his Q does more damage the closer he is, and it just blasts you with the Mike Pence Electroshock.
Oh, hookshot in onto Chris Can't Miss. It will. Yes, they will invest the Hextech Ultimatum. Chris Can't Miss has nowhere to go. Will get the combo out of
doesn't find the
HNA2,
Q
and he
damage.
will survive. No, the Flash Soul Shackles will get him from Echoed Voice. He'll flash away. He'll get the Soul Shackles onto 2, and it's a double kill for the mid laner of Landsec.
Honestly, I'm always so surprised by how much Soul Shackles and mid lane Morgana does is for damage, because I'm so used to, like, support Morgana
Yeah.
tickling me, and all I have to worry about is the bind. But the Flash Soul Shackles for, like, 300
Ooh,
damage
PB
there.
Doughboy goes,
Ooh.
throws down the box
The
on
supportal
HNA2.
combat.
Yeah.
Does he touch the wall? He does touch the box as well, and he gets his passive shield. So, can Rakan's shield come up mid-combat?
Yes.
Okay. But it just has a really long
The
cooldown.
ward comes down.
Oh, he
Flash
flashes!
that sentence, and HNA2 falls over.
Not paying
Vision of
attention.
Empire.
The Vision of Empire does miss, but that was... Do you think he could have landed that just without flashing there as Thresh?
Probably. It just, he had vision, obviously. He
Yeah.
threw it on the ward.
Yeah,
Depends
Vision of
on
Empire.
it would have given you a little bit more it would have given me a little bit more opportunity to dodge,
Yeah.
but instead he flashes
Tactical
it to
sweep goes
guarantee
wide
it.
onto Graves. One stack of truth. You can
Seismic.
tell by the rings on
Ooh,
his
the
feet.
teleport coming in from Jack Love's Lamp as Karamat just tries to lay down some damage onto the tower. Finishes the teleport,
Only
but
has
the minion
one
wave is
soul
broken.
fragment. Oh,
Never
make
Move
that
will
two.
land. They pull in Weenie, but it will be the rest of Snek heading down back towards the mid lane. Echoed Voice pushing out that bottom lane, heading back in as well.
Every time that Swain pulls you with the yoinks, or every time he lands the Eye of Sauron, the Vision of Empire, he does gain a soul fragment per champion that he uses that ability on, and that's what allows him to have a really strong ultimate. So you see that what Landsnake is doing.
Oh, and Never Move lands. The Vision of Empire comes out. The grand entrance into the Death Sends in from PB Doughboy, and they will take out Agent
Is
A2.
3 strong, and every time someone dies as well.
Oh, another Dark Binding lands. Seismic goes down. Jack Love's Lamp got a killing spree as he pulls him in once again with the Never Move. Sci-Fi goes in into kill
Instantly
over to
dies.
Biscuit.
Wait a
Featherstrong
second.
comes out. Biscuit flashes away from that one. It will be the Never Move to
he
land, but it
finds
will
it.
be the kill over.
Nice.
And that is a kill, a lot of kills
Meanwhile,
over
there's a
as
dog. I
Weenie
don't
comes
think
in,
you wanna
gonna
pull
get rid
that
of
one
flashes
towards
in,
yourself.
he gets in, shuts down Karamat, Never Move lands, but Jack Love's Lamp is gonna go down and Dark Binding lands from Echoed Voice, but Weenie will lifesteal away the minion wave.
Yeah, that's one of those things of Swain where it's like, oh, do I want the soul fragment or do I want to kill my Zaya in the same time?
Kill my Zaya.
Nice little cute little penguin there from Weenie. Thumbs
Holy
up as
cow.
well.
So Weenie just picked up all 3 of the kills he has
Yeah,
just
this
now.
is the mid-game Nasus power spike that we talked about so early on in the season when we were talking about Unix Titus's Nasus, where really Nasus power spikes at this stage in the game where nothing can really kill him and he can kill everyone. As long as he can get to them. And I would think that as long as you have a black shield to block Wither and you have 2 really long snares, Nasus should never get on you. But due to the yoinks and due to the way that they played that fight, he was able, obviously he flashed, right, so maybe he does get 1 kill, but I don't think he should be able to get a double kill there. Poorly played from Landsnake's individual members. Additionally poorly played. Sci-Fi inted with his X-Tech ultimatum earlier. I don't know what the heck that was, but he was just not respecting the damage from Biscuit. Biscuit has the Zanyas, has the Glacial Gauntlet,
The
and
Zanyas,
Nirvana.
the stopwatch.
The stopwatch. God, I keep calling it Zanyas. It's basically a Zanyas. And so he definitely has a defensive build to survive Sci-Fi is what this is for. And so Sci-Fi should be looking to use his ultimate on other members, such as Seismic, who has not built any defense towards Camille. He has the Mercury Treads, building Black Cleaver, which does give a little bit of HP and survivability. But in these team fights as Jungle Camille, you're really just using the Hextech Ultimatum to set up kills for your teammates, specifically the Swain. You know, Swain's issue, typically because he's Juggernaut-esque, is that he struggles to close that gap. But if Camille can hold you down for 3 or 4 seconds using the Hextech Ultimatum, you're just going to have this bird just ravenously flocking towards you. That's the old ultimate, by the way.
That's actually the name of his passive now, I think.
Oh, is it
Ravenous
really?
Flock. Yeah, if
thought-
I'm not mistaken. Oh, I can't click on it.
We will never know.
No, we can just
unless we
look-
look it up on the wiki. But
Yeah.
okay.
Swing.
Anyway, meanwhile, the
Oh.
Blastcone interaction, Sci-Fi going for a kill there. He did have Hextech Ultimate, and I do know that you can use it.
His passive is now called
Oh,
Ravenous Flock.
Flock. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, oh, we go. Chris can't miss. Is going to get Hextech Ultimatum once again. There's the quickness being used, but he gets Dark Binded immediately in the face. Jack Love's Lamp. They take out Agent A2. Karamat picks up the kill in the Lover's Quarrel. Sci-Fi takes a Siphoning Strike to the face. Featherstorm being used. It will rip through 3 members of Too Fast, Too Furious. Echoed Voice pops the stopwatch, and Biscuit will have to Arcane Shift away.
Biscuit's still holding on to a stopwatch, and there you got to see the tail of 2 Juggernauts, both of them just glowing with awesome power and then just slapping each other. But ultimately, the team that wins the team fight kills the Juggernaut, right? And so they were able to kill Weenie there.
Yeah, Chris can't miss, gets caught and taken so low he can't participate in the fight, can't contribute any damage, can't contribute any shields.
Oh, he might look for a kill here onto Dobo. Oh, just kidding.
The Never
just
Move
kidding.
finds
Never
Biscuit,
Move.
but it will be Agent A2 coming in. The Black Shield will have negated the Grand Entrance whether it had landed or not.
Yeah, Landsnake is a team that seems to make a lot of mistakes, like individually here and there, but they're really good at covering up for each other's mistakes. Specifically, Echoed Voice on this Morgana has constantly been able to Black Shield team members that are otherwise out of position, I'd say. So really good on that end. And then also,
Oh, a
PB
teleport
Doughboy
coming in
with
from Weenie.
the
Hold that
lantern.
thought as they throw out the Q. Never move will miss and flash forward from HNA2 to look for the knockup, but it will force the flash out of PB Doughboy. The Feathers will root up 3, and they're looking for the second Infernal on the side of Too Fast Too Furious. The third Infernal overall in this game. Echoed Voice over the side, and it will be secured. Seismic smites it down, and now will they fight? PB Doughboy is very low. There's the Feathers coming out, and collateral damage is not it is available from Seismic, but he doesn't use it. Sci-Fi gets into the backline. Echo Voice takes out Seismic, and Agent A2 will be the next to fall, stunned up, and there's Sci-Fi jumping in. They will get a lot of members. Weenie will pick up PB Doughboy as a consolation prize, +6, but he's going to go down for sure. Echo Voice roots him in Dark Binding, trying to doing damage, but he's out of mana. The Wither comes down. He gets it before the Black Shield.
Does he have flash?
Weenie's gonna look
no,
for
he
it.
does
There's
not.
the Zanya's being used by Weenie. He's gonna look for it. Dark Binding will find him,
not
and
have the
Karamat pops the
mana.
Feather Storm. Will rip him
You
apart.
have no mana.
And there it is. Snek will get the ace on the Too Fast Too Furious. A teleport coming in from Echoed Voice. Will they be able to end here? They have a super minion, and it looks like it's going to be a very quick game for Snek as compared to the last three.
Last three, yeah, for sure.
No, they're not quite going to be able to end there, and they will take out Sci-Fi with the Rakambo. So that will be a stop to that push at the very end.
Yeah, so something that I noticed about Sci-Fi is he's doing the Ravenous Hydra. I hate when jungle Camille's go Ravenous Hydra, mostly because of the fact that as a jungle, you have access to a lot of sustain that other roles don't. You don't really need the lifesteal. Your lifesteal already comes from the jungle item. He is effectively acting like a frontline in this team by initiating fights and waiting for his team to catch up to him. He should really not be relying on lifesteal in order to do so. If he had like Sterax, he'd survive so much more, and Ravenous Hydra with Sterax doesn't work super well because of the health interaction that Sterax has with its shield. Titanic Hydra would offer a little bit more, but it seems to be working for Sci-Fi. It only would go down if, for example, he gets Chain CC'd. Granted, there's not that much to see on the side of Too Fast Too Furious, which is why they're struggling so heavily against Sci-Fi. He's able to go in and out of these fights super efficiently.
And you know, yeah, think about the think about the team compositions. They're really the only, you know, quote unquote tank. He's not really a tank. He's like a tanky character in the form of Gnosis. The rest of them are all very squishy,
And he went
which means
Triforce
that
too, yeah.
which means that any Dark Binding that lands, any Death Sentence that lands, they can follow it up with a pull, the yoink as
The
you call it,
yoinks.
from Jack Loves Lamb Swain, and they just kill a squishy no matter who they land their CC
For
on.
sure. It's really just snowballing forward very well, and as long as they...
Oh, a Dark Binding hits Biscuit in there. Sci-Fi doesn't quite get the hook shot, but he flash hacks the Cultimatums anyway. The Black Shield will deny HNA2 the combo, but he will root up 3. Sci-Fi gets in, and they will shut down. No, Biscuit gets the kill onto Sci-Fi. He will go down to Jack immediately afterwards. They killed up HNA2 on the bottom side, and the Death Sentence goes wide, missing the Dark Binding as well, but the members of Snek too low now to go for the Baron.
If only Sci-Fi had a little bit more HP there or something in his build, he might have survived. Who knows? But yeah, that will be a really nice kite from Too Fast Too Furious, considering how it started off with Biscuit getting binded. He has a super defensive build. Granted, usually we see Azrael's build like a Bork. You don't really need a Bork this game. Nobody has a lot of HP. This is starting to look like one of those 45-minute games again, where both of the teams are just going constantly back and forth. The team trying to make picks overextends
The
too
thing
much.
though to think about though is in most of those situations it is the losing team that had the better scaling.
Yeah.
On this side, I would argue that Snek has the better scaling compared to Too Fast.
Oh,
Too
for
Furious.
sure, yeah. Nasus falls off the face of the earth. And then Arma also falls off as far as damage from a mid laner. Granted, compared to Morgana, it's relatively the same. Morgana just offering a little more pick and anti-pick potential. And then Zaya obviously is a crit ADC. Against the super defensive build on Ezreal, he's not going to be pumping those deeps. Those big damage
and you know,
numbers.
like you were saying earlier, there's not a lot of CC on the side of Too Fast and Furious, which means that Echoed Voice knows exactly what he needs to Black Shield. It makes it very difficult for Too Fast and Furious to
It's
really
Agent
make
A2.
any pro.
He Black Shields Agent A2's engage anytime, or he Black Shields Sci-Fi as he jumps in, hoping that hey, I have a 300 HP shield. Hopefully this one's
It'll also stop him from getting CC'd
Yeah.
while he goes for the dive as well. So.
Hopefully he takes damage and it breaks before he gets Arma W'd or Gizzled.
But whenever move will land Biscuit. Actually, Arcane shifts forward. A Dark Binding lands and chunks down HN2. There's the
said
water
no
hose being
CC,
used.
no
True shot barrage
problem.
use. The Rakambo does not land, but they will charm up Jack on the anyways. Dark Binding goes wide. Echoed Voice Black Shielded himself. Snek, they lose their top laner, but what can Too Fast Too Furious even do in this situation?
Too fast. Just do Baron. Hello? What are they doing? They're
Go.
dancing
Echo
around the
throws on
Baron.
a dark binding.
The
It
binding
will
does
land
land
onto
onto the
Seismic, and
Graves.
Weenie will get the Wither off, but PB Doughboy Black Shield's a little bit too late. HNA2
Oh,
dies in the
instantly
middle of a
dead.
grand entrance. Hextech Ultimatum used, and they will do a lot of damage. Karamat rips through Seismic's Guardian Angel. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Biscuit's Guardian Angel as he Arcane shifts away. Chris is trying to root up Sci-Fi. Seismic has to back away. Flash
Oh,
Flame misses from
Flash
PB
Flame
Doughboy. So 1 for 2 in, well, 0 for 2 after the pick on a Jack.
Yeah, so a lot of these spacing in these fights where Camille's able to close this gap, it's really just showing how strong this Camille in the jungle pick can be versus these low CC teams. Previous Camille's in the OKLCS that have not done so well. I think Aikido's played it before.
Yes.
I want to say anyone
in
else?
the jungle?
Yeah, in the jungle.
Aikido's the one that I remember.
I don't know if anyone else has played.
I don't remember seeing any other jungle.
Well, Sci-Fi's definitely, I'd say, playing it better than
This is probably the
like,
best jungle Camille
Yeah, for sure.
performance. We saw some top lane Camille from
Definitely a top 2 performance then from Sci-Fi here for jungle Camille.
We see some really good top lane Camille.
Where she should be played. Hopefully with the new Conqueror rune, she'll play there more.
Alright, so Snek will pick up a Mountain Drake for their troubles.
Yeah, and so this is gonna be a 30-minute game. I guess not too worried about the whole else. Okay, so if this game goes to infinity, obviously Nasus will just bonk everyone and they'll die, right? But
Does he though? Like, if you can kite him perfectly, then that doesn't happen, right?
If Nasus builds a QSS, can you kite him perfectly?
Let's see. You got Hookshot. You've got feathers.
It's like Ultimatum. You always can kite him perfectly. You just put him in the baby cage. He can't get out of that. Literally,
well, okay.
nothing can get out of that.
You say that, but you said scaling to infinity. He just bonks Camille and then walks.
It's still 1 second that the cage is up for.
Yeah.
So, assuming that you can kill Nasus in 1 second.
But yes, it's very difficult, even if this game goes to the theoretical infinity.
I believe it's. There was a timer. I think it was like 255 minutes or something that they were actually able to get the longest game ever before the servers just crashed.
Oh, that was a mistake in recording.
That's all good. Anywho, last night gonna try their attempt at this Baron potentially.
Yeah, there is super minions pushing in the mid lane for Snek. True Shot Barrage comes in, Seismic gets in there, he's not focused down, he steals the Baron! And now they hook shot in, Sci-Fi gonna go in, Chris can't miss, gets the Hextech Ultimatum, the Rakambo comes through, they knock up Sci-Fi and he gets bonked by Weenie. Now Biscuit is gonna get caught by Karamat, but 4 members of Too Fast Too Furious escape with the Baron buff.
And this is so like, no matter what you're playing, what build you're doing on Camille, if you're doing the Titanic Camille with Sterax or you're doing the Ravenous Hydra Camille, I personally like GA with Ravenous Hydra Camille. The reason being, no matter what build you're doing, you're going to dive in and possibly trade 1 for 1. The Sterax helps you not trade 1 for 1 and amps your damage. The Guardian Angel helps you trade 1 for 1 and be alive after it.
So it's like
even the fact that he went Ravenous and is now looking like he's gonna build a Sterax, to me just makes me die a little bit on the inside as a Camille player because he's not.
Ooh, that's a dark binding on a Biscuit. They gets pulled in by Jack. The Tormented Soil will do a little bit of damage, but enough shielding from Chris can't miss and HNA2. Biscuit relatively healthy.
It's important to say, Echoed Voice hasn't died this game. In a quite bloody game.
9-0-13 on Morgana.
Technically, he abandoned his teammate, so I can totally say he's a KDA player. But,
I mean, the numbers don't lie. If you watch the games that OKLCS that Snek is doing well, even the games where they start to lose, Echoed Voice is generally playing safe enough that he has, at most 2 deaths in a game.
Yeah, he definitely plays very backline, and he tends to play pretty safe champions. He's known for his... The only riskiest one I can think of is Talia, and even his Talia doesn't dive that much. It's more of a backline DPS focused Talia playstyle. He plays like Lux, he plays Morgana. He has played Galio, and those are usually so one-sided that he's too tanky to get a bad KDA with.
Vigar?
Vigar, yeah. So these type champions, he plays them and he pilots them really well, this playstyle that he does.
Well, Snek will have their push nullified a little bit by the Baron steal from Seismic. Really nicely done by the jungler, Too Fast, Too Furious, but it is still...
Oh my gosh, dude. Is this what playoffs is going to be like? These 30-plus minute games?
But but Too Fast, Too Furious, they're still in a very deep hole.
Yeah, they're definitely down 9k gold. That's the magic number for today.
9K.
9k gold leads.
It is 9 towers to 0. Too Fast, Too
I guess
Furious have
10K.
yet to pick up a tower. The one's very low mid and bot, but they are not getting the opportunity to really shove anything. Yeah, Good Voice is able to just drop the Tormented Soil on non-Baron minions that would have cleared them out.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about some item spikes that might be affecting this. Okay, so we talked about the Guardian Angel. If it's off cooldown, it means bitch can 1v5 the team fight. For Karamat, like he needs the Last Whisper and he needs the like Executioner's version of the Last Whisper in order to deal with Weenie. I don't think him building lifesteal is appropriate.
It is important to note this is on the previous patch, which means Dead Man's Plate is not super great.
Oh, this is just like regular old Dead Man's Plate. Honestly, I like Righteous Glory better on Nasus because, as we said, Nasus isn't one of those champions that runs around the map and does a bunch of map plays like the Tom Kench. We said it earlier in the cast in case you're tuning in just now for this last game. He's one of the champions that likes to have that in combat movement speed. We actually used to see a lot of Phase Rush or Storm Raider Surge Nasus gameplay where you like kill someone, you kill someone again, and if you can't kill someone right now because they're too far away, you pop that, you run at them, you slow them with the Righteous, and then you wither them. And while that wither amps up, they're still slowed by the Righteous, and you're bashing skulls in with your cane.
Yep.
He's also picking up a Sunfire Cape. It's kind of late to be picking up a Sunfire.
That is
Cape.
very strange.
I wish he'd.
I also think that Sunfire Cape is relatively suboptimal on Nasus because a lot of times when you Biscuit caught by the hook shot and there's the Hextech ultimatum being popped, the combo comes in from Agent A2, he gets 3-man knockup, but it doesn't matter. That collateral damage did a lot of damage, but it's not enough to secure any kills. Karamat and the Demonic Ascension Jack will come through. Weenie goes down, they flay back in Biscuit the last one to die, but it will be the ace for 0 for Snek. One big pick is enough to end the game, and Snek will take this victory over Too Fast, Too Furious.
Engage there from Sci-Fi, which does end up killing and Guardian Angeling Biscuit there. I'm surprised Sci-Fi didn't die there. I guess it's just the lack of CC, right? That will be the game for Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, Snek
for Snek against Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
That'll be playoff hopes and dreams crushed for Too Fast, Too Furious.
So, with that...
Now you have to cast.
Oh man, I have to cast playoffs.
I'm so
what
sad.
a darn shame. So, with that victory, Snek move up to 5-4, the positive record after being down quite a bit towards the midway of the season. What that means, if I'm not mistaken, actually I know I'm not mistaken because I did the calculation.
We've been doing this 24/7.
Yeah.
Help us.
So, Sky Zero, we already know the top 4 seeds. Sky Zero at number 1, Reign of Kings at number 2, Waduhek at number 3, Apache at number 4.
Yeah, Sky Zero.
Yeah,
7
Apache
and 2, first seed.
Apache and Snek now have a tied record at 5-4. Snek lost in the regular season to Apache, meaning Apache will be the number 4 seed, Snek the number 5 seed. OU, GSM, and OG are all sitting at 4 and 5, but OU has the head-to-head over both, meaning that OU will be the 6th team going into playoffs. So we have our 6 playoffs teams for Diamond, meaning that the number 3 seed Waduhek will play against number 6 seed OU Diamond. Waduhek will get, as the higher seed, will get priority on side selection in games 1 and 3. OU gets to pick sides in game 2. Apache and Snek, similar situation. Apache has the higher seed, so they will pick in games 1 and 3. Snek will pick in game 2. And then the winners of those in a dynamic seeding, which, if you don't know, it just means that Sky will always play the lower seed coming out of the quarterfinals. Reign of Kings will play the higher, and then that will be semifinals, and then it just works out like normal.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of questions about how the dynamic seeding works. If OU beats Apache, are they still considered?
Well, OU would play Waduhek.
My bad.
Yeah, it's the seeding coming into playoffs.
Gotcha. So OU. So there's no situation which Reign of Kings plays OU.
Exactly.
Okay. Unless they make it to the finals.
Yeah, same way or in the semifinals. Yeah, same way Waduhek will never play Sky Zero, going into semifinals.
Yeah.
Just as an example. Actually, yeah. So, that is going to be it for the Diamond Cat regular season. In case you didn't catch up with the Platinum Cat regular season, all of that will also be posted on Facebook. We already know from the last 2 weeks, our Gold Capped semi-finalists going in. So this next week will be quarterfinals for both Platinum and Diamond Capped. We'll stream the full series of all 4 of those series the next weekend, Sunday and Monday, and hope to see you for those.
Yeah, and
And
stay
then
tuned for the 2 articles that I'll be writing. Woohoo!
Benjamin
On the
Beniona Morales.
on for quarterfinals, I'll be releasing one just talking about the kind of like the playoffs teams as a whole, and then going to the LAN, there should be an article coming out talking about the results of the quarterfinals and those that are going to be fighting each other at LAN, brawling it out IRL. Hopefully not. Don't actually punch people. That's messed up.
What the like we said, quarterfinals will be streamed next weekend. Those will be played, similarly to how we normally play OKLCS. You just schedule your game, send us the replays. Please remember to send us all 3, or else we can't stream it, and that's really sad.
Oh, will we be streaming all 3 matches?
All four series and all 2 or 3 games.
Oh,
Since there's only 4 series total, we're gonna stream
yeah.
all of them.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Please
Scroll
don't
to the
have
bottom to see
50-minute games.
Scroll to the bottom to see quarterfinals. Ah, yes, exactly.
Ah,
Perfect.
website's all cool and updated thanks to Hesteja. Hesteja updated.
Yeah, Aztega and Airy Panda do a very nice job
Yeah, the
with our
website looks
website. Very
a
much
lot less
appreciated.
2012.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
actually, it
nice.
wasn't 2012. Like
Oh,
2012 is being
and
kind of
here
mean.
here
A lot
is
less
the
2015.
here's the gold capped as
Yeah,
well.
there's the gold cap stuff too.
All right. So, thank you all so much for watching. That
Thank you,
is going to
Arpanda.
be it for the regular season. Please do tune in next weekend for the quarterfinal matches, which we will be streaming in full. And then April 7th, come that time, is going to be playoffs. That's going to be LAN. Please do come to the Innovation Hub because we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, that'll be in Norman, Oklahoma. The OU Innovation Hub. It's like on the south end of campus.
Yep.
Like really, really like there's pretty much a highway next to it.
Yep. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Alex H&A22.
I'm Beniona Benjamin Morales.
Yep.
Oh, I did that wrong. Benjamin Beniona Morales. I never say my outro.
Yeah. We're signing out for the regular season for the last time. Will you be back next weekend for quarterfinals, do you think?
Probably.
Excellent.
I won't be here for LAN.
Yeah, you
'Cause
will
I gotta
not because
buy.
he gets to play in those. All right, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next weekend, hopefully. Have a good night.